but I at least gave you guys a lot more warning. Is this? Oh crap! Why is
No, you look fine.
I have a
You look fine.
super bright light right here, and then like a 30-watt LED bulb that's right there, and it looks like I have a portal to heaven on the right side of my face. Shit, my 34 shiny, oily white man face needs to go away. I'm gonna turn off this light.
By the way, guys, if you ever are looking for a new computer and you don't mind refurbished, I can tell you a good place to go.
Okay, we're live. How's everybody?
Fantastical.
Absolutely fantastical.
Okay, great. Well, how's everybody doing? I am Bizarchus. Welcome back to the...
Voice mod.
That's odd.
Two guesses. Two guesses as to why that's happening right now.
Professor Plum.
I would assume perfect timing on someone's part.
You see that? You see
There
that
it
little
is.
fuzzball? There he is. Asleep on my... He's going to do this all the time. Just keep me honest, guys. So, welcome everybody to the Vereldium stream. I am Bizarchus. I'm going to be your dungeon master for today. Joining me, we have 5 players that are OG to this stream. And I hope that you all have a lot of fun continuing on this crazy 43rd episode adventure. This is a community stream. We stream 5th edition homebrew game. If you would like to join, you can join up here at our Discord. The link is right there. And feel free to come in, and you can either play as the Vanguard, who are 5 players that you see. Oh, crap, I forgot. I flipped the screen, so I need to use my left hand. With our 5 players that you see right here, who are the PCs who are going to be adventuring with us today. Or you could join us as the Ravenous. And the Ravenous are the are actual people that are controlling the monsters that are going to provide challenges for our players to overcome. There are no Ravenous today, as we are getting to the point where everybody is going on vacation in the last little bit of August. So these lovely folks have decided to spend their hard-earned time enjoying some imaginary monsters and streaming with all of us today. So thank you guys very, very much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. I will be your Ravenous today, so hopefully you guys will survive, because if not, I will have a little guilt. But, pardon me. A little bit more about the stream. A lot of what we do is homebrew. So let me describe a few of the things. You that are watching are actually going to be able to contribute just as much to the stream as our players are. So at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you're going to notice the little purple bubbles that constantly accrue. We call those trouble bubbles. You simply get them just by watching the stream. Every once in a while, you're going to see a little green chest pop up. Click that. You get some bonus bubbles. You can turn those in and actually help to progress the story and the campaign. You can gift them wealth, supplies, traveling food. You can gift them weapons. You can gift them bombs. You can gift them some attack rolls. You can gift them a fireball that comes out of nowhere from their brand new airship, the Expedition. You can also help to have them have a free spell during the session. You can help them to, if one of them ever falls and meets the Reaper, their character does survive, although they are badly marred. But it sort of gives them a get out of death free card. Or you can just give them the good old fashioned greater healing potions and they may not die that day. So, one of the other things that we do that's unique to this campaign is inspiration cards. These are tarot cards. There are 4 ways that our players can turn these in. You can either gift them, you can turn them in and reroll any dice whatsoever. You could gift them to another player and they can reroll any dice. You could force myself or the Ravenous to roll anything that we've just rolled. To reroll anything that we've just rolled. Or you can tempt fate. You can flip the card up, and whatever concept is on the other side of the card is going to affect the session at some point during the game. Now, some of these cards are very good. Some of them are very, very bad. It's all random. In the pre-show, I did my usual 3 shuffles and 3 cuts. So everything is totally random. I am not showing anybody anything. I have not seen the other side of these cards, so this is But I am very worried because in two of my home games, well, two of my semi-pro games, the tower card has been drawn twice. So I'm not liking the odds of what's going on. So I gave that thing a nice good shuffle and burned a little sage all up in here. Hopefully everybody will be just fine. And I am shuffling from the bottom of the deck. Now, I hope that you all are having a good... Okay. Maresh bought himself an inspiration card, which all the players are allowed to do. Maresh, you have an inspiration card. Thank you for spinning those trouble bubbles. In our last session, you all had completed the task of infiltrating the Aufladen Mines. As you went down there, you had come across an Arcanoloth and a Devourer. As you dispatched both of those, unfortunately, the Arcanoloth did kill Maresh. Using a Revivify spell and one of the diamonds that you have procured in Grackle Spow in the Underdark, you were able to bring Maresh back. However, Maresh suffered another major injury and now is missing his one of his legs. So therefore, his speed and some of his abilities are reduced. After that, they were able to find a familiar voice and a familiar puzzle. They unlocked it, and as they did so, they realized that there was something that was in there that wasn't supposed to be. And that was something that was powering all of the Aufladen stones to continually summon demons and devils. As they gave it a magic show, which was odd but cool, they dispatched that creature as well, therefore depowering and disenchanting most of the Aufladen stones. They also discovered a Veritas device. It is it's a wellspring with a pump that shoots out raw magic into a small dais. They also know that this is a place where they can recharge their Bullgine Globe, which is the power source for their flying ship. As they did so, they happened to find a very familiar, very cursed staff. This is the Staff of the Usurped. The original Staff of the Usurper was one that was made specifically by a demon, Belsheshba. This is the exact same staff, but now holds the soul of the one who was usurped. As it is right in front of them, nobody told me if they're taking it or not, so I am going to wait to see if they are. But as they go to touch the staff, they are teleported to a different plane of existence, where they meet a woman. The woman gives them very, very cryptic clues to something that they say, or that she says to one of the party members, "Find it." Knowing that this was a really big deal, the party does their best to move forward. As they come back, we are here. You're back in your mansion, and things are winding down. The damages that you took which pretty much was nothing, because you guys roll incredibly well for your saving throws against a death tyrant. Should have just threw beholders at you. I heard a whoop. Ah, okay. You are going to flip a card. Got it. This is the first time this card has ever come up in this campaign. Lord Geyser,
Yes.
you now may choose. You can change up to 3 spells, up to 1 feat, or you may swap 2 stats.
Ooh.
You drew death, which means change. So you may swap out 3 spells for any other spells of a level that you can cast. You may adjust your stats, or you may choose a new feat. But you must swap them out. So it has to be equivalent. It doesn't have to be right away. You can do it, but it can't be like during a fight.
Okay.
Okay. So I see that that happened. Thank you very much for the ETA and Cthulhu. So Cthulhu is going to be here in just a little bit. Until then, I'm going to have our players introduce themselves. Black Irish 19, would you be so kind as to introduce yourself in Maresh?
Hello, everybody. I am Black Irish 19 here on Twitch, and this is Maresh, the Water Genasi sorcerer, newly scarred but still kicking. This adventure has been a long one, and it sure as heck ain't over yet.
I am this close to gifting you another inspiration card because of the like tongue-in-cheek still kicking joke. But I don't think I'm going to. Also coming in is Horace Senio, bringing back EMP, our Warforged cardiologist. Would you please introduce yourself and EMP?
Greetings. I am Horacenio, and this is my favorite campaign on the Citadel. Sorry, I had to do that with the helmet.
I'm cool with it.
I'm also the other half of Night Haze. Am I speaking correct? Is it going through right?
Yeah, you sound great.
And I have been inspired by our resident player who will be coming in a few minutes, Mad God Cthulhu, to dress up as EMP, who has noticed the drastic increase in health potion consumption and the additional fall of Maresh. He thought to tag along to ensure no one else dies again.
All right. Thank you very much for putting in a lot of extra effort. We have an announcement with Horace Enio in just a little bit, but we're going to continue on with the introductions. Nighthaze 95, would you please introduce yourself and Dr. Iris?
Hello, hello. I am Nighthaze95, a streamer here on Twitch. The OG Ravenous, but not today. Today that changes. Today I am playing our lovely human pathologist, who is also the more charismatic half of Horacenio. And I am excited to see what I can do, what chaos I can ensue, and maybe gain new experimental grounds, per se. Also, I'm interested to see about this Maresh, and if I gain a new appendage to test on.
And thank you very much for joining us today, Doctor. Lord Geyser 21 coming back, and I wish you all the best on your move. Lord Geyser, would you please introduce yourself and Helvis?
Hi everyone, I'm Lord Geyser 21, but here, Helvis is my name, and creating the undead is my game.
I really hope the timing of that worked.
I am sporting the stylish skeletal arm, carved with runes and inset with gems, and with some nice new red Fibonacci war paint.
Okay. So we will have Mad God Cthulhu introduce himself a little bit later. He will interrupt me. I'm sure that he's actually listening in on the car ride back home, but he was doing some blessed work and donating some plasma. So thank you very, very much for all the health stuff. I have placed you in between two imaginary doctors specifically for that reason.
EMP approves.
So, as our players get back into their mansion, and as they continue to recollect themselves, those who are injured are patched up, those who are exhausted are recovered. Is there anything that you wish to do while you're still in the house, or is there anything that you wish to touch back upon since the last session?
Hey, EMP, Tinhead, over here.
Yes, doctor, how can I assist you?
Thanks. Can I have a kit or two? I seem to have misplaced mine.
How does one misplace a medical kit?
We're not worrying about that, okay? Tinhead, just can I have one? I'll switch you some of my shiny blue liquid, and I'll shine your head. I know how you like it.
No, we're not doing this again.
But can I have it? We're friends.
How much blue liquid?
I will give you 2 bottles. Does that work?
How many
All
kits
right.
do you need?
2. 2, please.
Fine.
Yay! Thank you. I will deliver the liquid later.
Only because it keeps me sterile.
Oh, I thought it's just because you sparkle.
We're not going to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
I love you guys. You're all the best. Seriously. So, you exchanged a couple items. And now that you have this massive house to do with as you please, there's no telling what sort of hijinks that you all can get into. Would anyone else like to do something?
EMP will approach Maresh and scan him up and down before focusing on his foot. Sir Maresh, fallen again, I see. It seems Ayla has done her job in ensuring that you did not fall a third time. How are you feeling?
About as well as I could be. Just an occupational hazard.
Well,
It's nothing.
I suppose you are in mine as well as Dr. Iris's care today. We hope to continue what Ayla has done for you.
I do appreciate all the effort you all put into looking after me. I'll try not to jump headfirst into dangerous situations.
It would be much appreciated.
Iris is gonna walk up to Halvis and be like, "Hello! Last time I saw you, I was picking you up and around my tent. How are you?"
I am doing well, Doctor. How is
Oh,
it, how are you doing on this fine day in Vereldium?
I am doing pretty good. I got some extra vials here, stuff like that. I don't have your hand handy, but maybe that can change later, because the other one seemed to poof away. I promise I didn't destroy it.
Well, we'll see about making some more helpful servants for you.
Ooh, yes, thank you.
Well, there is no shortage of corpses on a battlefield. So, you get a message coming in. Hey guys, stocks again. How's everyone?
Oh, doing quite well.
That's fine. I
You
don't
know-
care. By the way, I have some new information. I think there's been some sort of weird thing happening down here in the Underdark. We actually uncovered a little hideout that's down here. Well, at least the Dalo lady did.
Oh,
Yeah. This one's actually really rough. There apparently is one guy, and he's defended by a bunch of these weird devil guys.
well, that's quite strange.
Yep. Bring torches if you can't see. Other than that, silver, I guess.
All right.
Well, thanks for the info, Doc.
You're welcome. And he says once again, by the way, I hear that you guys are looking after that one boat. Can I make a suggestion? Dragons are
Sure.
really, really good at one thing, which is most things. So, if I were you, I try to find something that dragon is not good at doing. And then I would do that thing in order to get to the ship. Because remember, all you got to do is just bust the ship up. You don't have to kill the dragon.
Right.
Other than that, I told you everything that I know about the officers in the other place. Good luck.
Thanks as always.
No new contracts this time, unfortunately. But I'll keep my ears out.
Appreciate
Much
it.
appreciated.
And you see the mouth on the sending stone close. Are you going to head back into the city? Or is there anything else you wish to do inside the mansion?
Would any of you have a problem with using the Zemfaxi stone to see if they know who the statue of the lady is?
Ooh, I'm all for using shiny stones.
You would know a thing or two about stones.
Hey.
Ooh.
Certainly worth the effort.
Okay, I have 3 for it. I'm not really sure if EMP and Iris, that was agreement or not.
EMP was
No.
just being snarky.
Okay, so
EMP doesn't mind
Yeah.
either way.
Pinhead agrees. Let's do it.
okay, you're going to be using Zemfaxi's crystal ball to be able to see if there's a way that you can ask them whether or not they know anything regarding the woman in the statue. As she comes out, I see you almost every day at this point.
Well, we're always so graced to have you in our presence.
You got to keep doing that all the time. I love it. How can I help you? What sort of thing do you need from Zemfaxi?
While we were down in the Aufladen Mines, we ran into a statue of a woman in a white dress, and she was holding a staff. And when we went to touch it, we were transported to another realm.
Mm-hmm.
We were wondering if you would know who that woman would be.
I can't answer that question with so little detail. You're going to have to be more specific.
She had long raven hair. She didn't so much speak to us except for our cleric.
Mhm.
She was neither good nor evil. At least she didn't put off that feeling.
So she wasn't a deity.
I don't believe so. It seemed as if she was trapped in the staff. And she wanted us to find something for her.
Well, that's some information, I guess. So, ask me the question again. Or word it differently. Please.
Would you know of the woman in the would you know the woman that the statue in the Aufladen Mines with the raven locks and the white dress is?
That is a depiction of Leota.
As in the Leotian artifacts of legend?
I can't answer that.
Ah. Oh. Thank you for your assistance. You've given us quite the clue.
Of course. Take care. And she
You
moves
as
away.
well.
Back into the library where she sits and reads and drinks her wine.
Well then, my friends, we've learned something quite interesting.
I believe she wants us to find the Leotin ring. Is what she wants us to locate.
I'm not too rehearsed in this Leotin history. What is this ring that you speak of? But I'm all for finding jewelry for beautiful women.
You
I just
all
don't know.
you all may roll a history check at disadvantage.
That's control
Left control.
13. Not bad.
Not bad for disadvantage.
21.
Well,
Halvis, being a wizard, however, has heard of some old rumors. The Leotin artifacts are world-changingly powerful. They also come with a vicious curse. Halvis only knows of one. Those are the butterfly wings that are currently on a person called Sage Wingless, who is the current master arcanist at the Arcanum of Bolga in the Golden Dominion of Earthrondon. He doesn't know how they work, but he does know that it's been cursed on him for many centuries. He also knows that these sort of items they could make empires on the things that they are capable of doing. He also knows that they are impossible to identify. Whenever seeing them with either detect magic or with an identify spell, they almost blind the user with the sparkling radiance and brilliance of the power of magic that emanates from them. There's also many other aspects, but unfortunately, without a natural 20, I can't give you too much.
Okay. Well, we've come across some Leotin artifacts before.
Oh, sorry. Also,
Yeah.
Lord Geyser, your death card does work on proficiencies as well. Sorry. I forgot to say that.
I chose the 3 spells.
Okay. Got it.
Nice.
And I did some quick rejuggling.
Sounds good. Sorry to interrupt you, Maresh. Go ahead.
I was just saying, we have come across some Leotin artifacts in our time. I think we tried to get Arazever to look at them, and he said the same thing about it being blinding. Trying to find it in the inventory.
I recall in the inventory we have 2 Leotin items. One is a potion that floats and ignores gravity and inertia, and another that has 3 parts, assembled in the Ophelian ruins.
That is correct.
Right.
According to what Halvis knows, Leotin items by themselves are worth a king's fortune. Leotin items, well used for good, could make entire empires grow. Used for bad, it could create a tyrannical force of nature. Force of destruction, sorry. With that information, is there anything you wish to continue to do here, continue to do on the ship, or continue to do in the city? Otherwise, we'll be moving to the city to contact Sergeant Onabera.
I can't think of anything. To the city.
To the
Okay.
city.
The city.
You all gather yourselves up and you head back to Felden's Birth. As you do so, you go back to the temple. When you are back inside the temple, you see your bugbear brigade waiting for you. As the bugbears are there, they have large chests that are all there for them. They did take their plunder, as want as they are, because they are mercenaries. However, they did liberate the island to the southwest. The islet to the southwest. So now that is all yours. That is going to be... you are now having 2 inns and taverns opened up, which will allow for barracks and much more of a force to come forward. What this is going to do, it is going to add 5 mercenaries to your bugbear brigade every session.
Ooh.
So at the end of this
Sweet.
session, you will now have 51.
Pog.
All right. So with that, Sergeant Onabera says, so we have these items here, and I hope that you're able to take a look at them. I know that you are entitled to some, but if that is too much or some sort of sentimental treasure, please leave it behind. That's all I ask. The Bugbear Brigade takes theirs and does not consider her words. However, you all may. Horsenio, you please roll me 2d20, but everyone else roll me 1d20. We're going to add all these numbers together, and that's going to be what we're going to look at on this table that I have of treasure. Iris, I only needed 1d20, so I'm going to take the one to the left.
That works. Yeah, I did it by accident.
5, 12, 29, 30, 38, 46. 46. Okay. One random. You find 5 leather plus 2 armor sets, and 1 random item. Who would you like to have roll for the random item?
It seems we have someone.
How about the person who just joined the stream? Everybody say hello to the Mad God Cthulhu!
Yay.
Hey, buddy. Welcome.
Sorry it took so long.
No
No
Some
worries.
issues.
You're giving the gift of plasma. I'm totally okay with that.
Plasma.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem whatsoever. So, you've just been conscripted to roll a d20 and a d4 for a random magic item because you had liberated an islet.
Ooh.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Yep. Go
Oh,
ahead and roll
With
it.
you.
1d4
Okay.
and
First deck
1d20.
and a d20. 9. Okay. So the way that I do this is these are all item cards. This is all WOTC content, so none of it's homebrew. If he would have rolled a natural 20, then legendaries would have been on the table, but that didn't happen this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bracers of archery.
Oh.
Nice.
You'll acquire bracers of archery. All right. Bracers of archery allowed for a +2 to attack and to damage using bows and crossbows. All right, so with that islet restored, you all can continue to liberate islets. You could possibly have the Fighters Guild, or sorry, not the Fighters Guild, but you could possibly have the Wizards Guild liberated.
Mhm.
You could also have this large islet to the south. Okay, my unfortunate computer is struggling to try to stream and video and all this other stuff. Poor guy. His video card is gone.
We need to start a GoFundMe for Biz to get a new computer.
No, we don't. There's a lot
Start
of
a
people
hype train.
there's a lot of people that need that money. I'm very happy with where I'm at right now, and I'm doing okay. But thank you guys very much. It will be something that I will invest in soon. So, you all have the potential of any of those red circles to be able to try to liberate. You could try to liberate the one to the farthest east. This does have another passageway into the Underdark, and also 2 large taverns. So you could potentially get more soldiers to come and stay. You could try to liberate the largest islet right next to the obelisk. However, this requires 6 successes. You could try to liberate the islet that is also touching and next to the obelisk. This requires 5 successes. Or you could try to liberate the wizard school. This requires 4 successes. You have 3 heroes and 46 soldiers. Which one of those 4 quests would you like for your Bugbear Brigade to undertake?
My vote is for the second route to the Underdark.
I'm feeling like the wizard school.
Same here.
Funny enough, and well, it is not often that I agree with the doctor here, but I do believe having multiple entrances into the Underdark would allow us to corner this target of ours, which is that obelisk. 2 of those locations seem too close. The dragon, even if we liberate some of those areas, the dragon could easily just fly down and take it out.
And you, Helvis?
So it's 2 for the wizard school and 2 for the entrance to the Underdark.
That's correct.
Correct?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to make or present a third option? Or do you want to break the tie?
Well, in my personal opinion, knowledge is power, so wizard school for me as well.
Okay. Wizard school it is. Sorry, I just realized I did that because I'm looking at myself in reverse. My fault. But that is the wizard school. So the wizard school is going to be your next option. You need 4 successes in order to get the wizard school. You have 3 heroes. A hero is a guaranteed success. So you must send the army. Do you wish to send all 3 heroes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Might as well.
Yeah.
You need 1 success. If I draw a natural 1, a hero dies. All right. That is on the way. As you decide to do that, you start hearing, "Dragons coming in! Dragons coming in!" And you look outside and notice that both of the dragons are now flying, and they're heading in your direction.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Well, that's not good.
You also notice that there's something on both of them. They're wearing saddles. Or they're
They
wearing
have
like
riders.
they're wearing like palanquins. You see them fly, and then you hear them landing far but close. They're on your islet.
Should we go out to meet them?
You hear everybody getting into battle positions.
Might as well get it done sooner than later.
The fact that they didn't just attack immediately is very concerning.
You still have the expedition floating above, which has been a very good deterrent in so far. And as the ship circles from above, it comes nowhere close. They land just at the very tip. And they are in clear view. You hear a voice coming into your head, EMP. And they said, "They're raising a flag. I think they want a parlay."
Are they? I tell the EMP tells the others. Apparently, they're raising a flag of some sort. You wish to parley? Seems highly unlikely.
Did you say they wish to partay? That's weird.
No, Dr. Iris. Parley. They wish to bargain.
I like the party option better.
Well, if you wish to party with them, be my guest. They may light you up like a firefighter.
We can
That's
party
okay.
after we've saved the city.
Ooh, okay, that works.
I'm sure Dominic will be in quite the mood for a big old shindig.
You hear, yeah, I will be. And yeah, they're parlaying. They're sending up the signal to us.
I don't trust it.
Well, neither do I, but we'll give you air support. I mean, the worst that could happen is that we all die in a bunch of dragony guts, so I'm cool with it.
Is it
As long
possible
as we have
for?
backup.
Would it be possible for Angmar to send Shasha to get a bird's eye view of it, just to make sure it's not a trap?
Sure. You send out Shasha. You're only able to see through it up to 100 feet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I will say that you're going to be able to get out there to see something. Give me just a moment to set the scene. Because if it's just going to be you, then that's something. Okay. I am just going to put Agmar onto this map. You may forward whatever communication you wish to the rest of your party.
What do you see, Agmar?
The dragons are not alone. It looks like there's about 5 other creatures over there.
You notice that 4 of them are in fetters.
In what?
Chains, ropes. They're tied up.
We have 4, and there's 4 of them seems to be in chains. But there seems to be something much larger than the other 4.
Roll me a perception check using Shasha's stats.
Yeah. One moment. Let's see. Let me pull out the hockey.
No worries. You do see that the 2 dragons are sitting next to both of these. These 5 people. They are flanking on either side. They are clearly out in the open.
They be offering these people to us?
Could they be trying to trick us and think that they're offering?
Then I have the observant feat. Does that mean that carries over to what I'm seeing through the?
I don't believe
The-
so. No, that's usually only if it's you.
Got it. Okay, so perception is gonna be +4. Let me go ahead and roll that
Okay.
d20.
Okay, 13.
So 13.
All right, so as you're looking, the redheaded woman, second from the left, looks familiar. You just can't place it.
There's a red-headed woman that I'm not quite sure if I've met her before. Seems familiar, but I think these are hostages that the dragons are wanting to exchange for something. For what I do not know.
Agmar, can you tell how old the red-headed woman is?
You would have to guess somewhere in her 30s or 40s.
Never mind.
This middle-aged woman.
Fuck
they call
off.
me.
Well,
This
oh,
close to
I just
killing
want-
your cat. This close. But I'm not going to do
I
it.
just wanted to ask, for my divination feat, I rolled 2d20s and I can replace any roll with it. I did it on Discord with a 5 and a 9. Is that okay? Or
Oh,
you
a
want me to roll
portent.
on-
Yeah, like a portent roll. That's fine. Go ahead and roll it now.
Well, I did- yeah. 1 second then.
Okay.
A
You
9 and a
can
4.
replace a d20 roll with a 9 or a 14.
Yeah, tell the team what's going on.
well, we should probably go out there and see what they want before they change their minds. Start blasting.
Do you wish to equip yourself before you go out? Totally up to you.
That would probably be wise.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. In which case, you all are going to be sent back to your locale. The expedition picks you up, and your traveling armory is ready. So, as you're on your ship, is there anything that you wish to do before you equip yourself? Or shall we go to the equipments?
Equipment for me?
Equipment.
Equipment for
Okay. We're going to start with Maresh. What are you going to equip yourself with?
Resh will be taking our patented Keisha lunchbox, along with one extra greater healing potion, the Dalo Archmage robes, the Wand of Lightning Bolts, and the Pigden Bad Weather Wand of Wonder.
Okay, the one that does not need to be attuned.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is that. EMP, what are you bringing with you?
EMP will be bringing one Keisha's lunchbox, one greater healing potion, one potion of blinking, the half plate +1. He will be integrating that into his chest, and one pair of the winged boots.
Okay. Mad God the Cthulhu and Agmar, would you please tell me what you will be bringing to this fight?
So I shall be bringing the Belt of Giant Strength,
Mm-hmm.
the Animated Shield, the Plate Armor, the T-Sets, the Butler,
Okay.
the Ring of Mirror Image, Keisha's Lunchbox, and the Cloak of Protection.
Okay. Got it. Dr. Iris, what are you going to be bringing with you?
I'm going to take the Elven Chain, courtesy of Halvis, for giving that up. 10 darts of anaphylaxis to reload my launcher. 3 acid vials. The +2 dagger of venom. And 1 greater healing potion and a Keisha lunchbox with a little sticker on it that says, "I like you."
Nice. I'm going to give...
as a player,
for
I just wanna
Horacenio
point out-
and Night Haze, I'm giving you both a card of inspiration because I love this back and forth. It's so much fun.
I finally have one after 4 games.
I just want to say, as a Horacenio here, Keisha does not have favorites.
But Keisha likes the doctor because she makes her feel all funny. And I give her extra wrappings.
I confirm nor deny this.
The Hello Kitty Band-Aids.
My favorite.
Yes, that's her favorite.
Okay. Halvis, what do you be bringing with you on this encounter?
I'm going to bring the Fine Arcane Focus, the Portable Hole, because that's become a thing, Keisha Lunchbox, 2 Greater Healing Potions, and I'm going to grab the normal Wand of Wonder.
Okay. Does everybody feel themselves well equipped?
I have one question on the inventory.
What's up?
The light crossbow of the adder. What does the adder part do?
1d6 extra poison damage.
Okay, so if anyone wants or is against it, I would like to bring the light crossbow of the adder and equip our new item, which was the bracers of archery.
All yours.
Oh, here's one.
Or
Because I'm not seeing the light crossbow in the search. Does that need to be attuned?
Of the adder, I'm not sure. Check. Just check adder. ADDER. It should be there. If not, it might have been
not
lost
getting
in.
anything.
It might have been lost in one of the horrid updates that I keep losing all my magic items on.
All I see is the staff of the adder.
Well, when you fire it, you can simply put a +1 longbow, or sorry, +1 crossbow, light crossbow, and after you fire, you can roll a d6, and that's poison damage.
Got it.
Okay. Does everybody else feel well equipped?
Yes.
before we leave, I am casting Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, you are mage armored for the next 8 hours.
Nice.
Had it, never had to use it because of the Elven Chain, but since I know Iris doesn't have any extra protection.
Thanks.
I'll
I
let
is
her have
squishy
it.
human.
Indeed, you are.
Shush, head.
Okay, is there anything else that we want to do before going out to meet the ones asking for parlay?
Can I flip my card of inspiration that you just gave me? I've never done that.
Sure.
He's gonna end up picking me. I'm gonna die or something.
Oh, I don't like that look.
Night Haze, pick a player.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
See, I'm gonna die now. I'm gonna die now.
Am I allowed to pick myself?
Roll me a d10.
Oh, he's really thinking about it. Oh,
Okay.
That pause
1d10.
was way too long.
A d10.
5.
5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Which one's 5? This one, no. You have to pick a player.
I pick Cthulhu.
You
pick
let the
Cthulhu?
fates decide and roll for it.
I pick Cthulhu.
Okay. You have a choice. The next inspiration card that is flipped is double the effects. That could just affect Cthulhu or just affect you.
Just affect me.
Okay. Before you say yes or no to either, the next card
Okay.
that is flipped is going to be double the effects. And for this, you get an extra D8 to any time that you heal or attack. Do you still want it to be you?
Yes.
Okay. You drew the devil. You do it upside down.
Gotcha.
So that's spent. Sorry?
And can Agmar flip his inspiration?
So whatever that is doubled now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the effect of whatever that is would be like twice as difficult. Thank you so much for the gift subs. I appreciate it.
Yay, Mama Biz.
Hey.
So, but I'm
Roll 2d20.
before you. Oh God. Is
Roll
this the death card?
roll
I was just about to
2d20.
ask.
Roll 2d20 night haze.
Roll 2d20.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I say that EMP positions himself to be right next to Dr. Iris?
25.
You rolled 2d20 twice. I only needed for you to roll 2d20.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. It didn't show up once for me. Take whichever one you need.
Okay. As you begin to move out of the area, you get an overwhelming sense of dread.
Okay.
Your heart is racing and beating extremely fast.
I'm having a heart attack.
All right. Is everybody going outside?
Yep.
Okay. I am placing you all on the map.
Biz, could I ask for something about a little bit of flair? Can, being a cardiologist, can EMP sense someone's heartbeat,
Not really.
especially if it's like beating erratically?
If you
Not
had
like
like
to the
your
level of
hand,
Daredevil or anything.
no, if you had like your hand on the chest or something like that, or it's like a way to actually either palpitation or an auditory way to go about it, then yes. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to.
Okay, so in that case, does Dr. Iris seem to be behaving weirdly right now?
Sweating.
Yeah. I'm holding your coat right now because you're next to me.
Like visibly more anxious than normal.
EMP will notice the little tug on my coat and place his hand just on the nape of her neck, check her pulse. And upon realizing how fast her heartbeat is racing, he just looks her straight in the eye and tells her, "I do not trust this bargain, this parlay, but rest assured, you may die. And I will be okay with it."
At least you're being honest, Tinhead. But promise me. Oh, sorry, I'm catching out of breath. Promise me not to burn my books. Okay, that's all I ask.
Why
And-
would I do that? You have extensive knowledge in that field.
Well,
I could learn a thing or two. Take that how you will.
well, because I call you names. And
Breathe.
Whew.
Breathe.
I am breathing. You're not breathing. Shush.
I don't need to breathe. You're the one with the problem right now.
Pinhead. Just move on, okay? Just don't burn my books. That's all. Whew, that's all I ask.
You can hardly stand.
Shush.
Can we get someone to splash water on this one? She's freaking out.
You see one
I
of
like
one of the people inside just whoosh, and throw a glass of
you.
water in her face.
Do you feel better?
No, you're not. You're just
No.
anxious and wet.
No, I
Well-
don't. So Iris lets go of his coat and kind of wobbly makes her way over to Maresh and be like, "This Tinhead's being an, I don't know, a bucket of bull. I can't. I can't deal."
I don't really know what she was expecting from me. I'm a cardiologist, not a psychologist.
Steady on now, Doctor. We'll
Ooh.
get through this together.
Oh, I need to make a psychologist.
Do you have an apple? I'm really craving one. Do you have an apple?
Somebody throws you one of the fruits from the giving tree.
Ah, thank you. I take the apple and I throw it at EMP and I was like, "There, doctor, stay away. There's your apple of the day. Go."
Fair enough.
I do not need to eat, though.
He just scowls at him while profusely sweating.
As you all walk outside, and go ahead.
Is it possible? Can we? So we can speak to Dominic, can we?
Yes.
Is it possible for him, prior to getting to this meeting, to ready those cannons and point it directly at this area?
Sure.
Can he listen in on the entire conversation through us?
No, you're only to the one that's holding the stone, and then about 10 feet of area space around it.
Oh, okay. Because throwing out there to everyone else, I was thinking that if things go south, someone could maybe say something as a code word, and they could probably cover us as soon as things, before things get too far deep into whatever happens. What does everyone else think?
Yeah, we could set up a code word.
Fine.
How about chicken?
I like chicken.
I don't know why, but the first word I thought of was Farfignugan.
Fine.
My brain went to meatloaf.
Sounds like a few of us are hungry.
Does sound like a few of us are hungry.
But if we yell Farfignugan, that's a hard word.
We don't need to yell it. We just need to think it so Dominic can listen in to one of us, really. And it doesn't have to be Farfignugan. Chicken works as well.
So it's not a mental link that he listens in on. The sending stone is sort of like a walkie-talkie.
Ah.
So if you can think of a way to pull up Farfig Newton naturally in conversation to signal him, go for it.
It doesn't have to be that. That was just a weird thing that I randomly thought of.
All right, chicken then.
Chicken works.
Chicken.
We'll tell Dominic, if just in case things go south, we say the word chicken, start firing on those dragons.
Okay, you got it. You all begin your passage out. You see that as you get there, in the very center of the street, no cover whatsoever. You see the dragons standing there bound. You see that they are wrapped with some kind of strange gold leashes. You also notice that there are 4 people that are wrapped up in different manacles, chains, and ropes. You recognize the red-headed one. It's Gabriella, Dominic Felden's wife.
Oh.
From the left-hand side, you have not seen this person before, but they are a very handsome, mostly androgynous, who you know to be Asimar. Sorry. You're not too sure who this is, but you have seen photos of them up in Dominic's household as one of the original members of the Adequate Eight. To the right, you don't know who this person is. However, they appear to have some sort of a golden emblem on the front of their brigandine that looks to be a shield, and on the front of it is a gold dragon wrapped around a sword. To the far right, somebody very similar to that. However, they are wearing what looks to be a leather doublet and look to be the youngest out of all of them, maybe in their mid-20s. Everybody else looking a little bit older. The one on the far right is crying profusely. The rest seem to be stone-faced.
How do they look? Have they been tortured or hurt in any way?
Perception check, please.
I was going to say, can I do a history check to try and identify the emblem?
Go ahead. EMP, I'm going to allow you to roll me a medicine check after I give you this information. You see that each one of them has been bound and gagged, and they also have some sort of a strange iron mitten on each of them. As you take a look at this, go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
Ooh.
This is to stop them from casting.
Oh.
You were right. They do have prisoners.
Maresh, as you're looking at those two on the right-hand side, you notice that that emblem is indicative of a very elite force from Inseldrake. That is the Vereldium Blades. The personal errands of King Wallen Constans.
I'll relay this information to my friends. These are some very important prisoners they have here.
So we should not go about this lightly.
You need to tread carefully. They're also bound to the point where they cannot cast. They took very, very, very careful precautions. We must do the same.
True, because if they are of the elite, how were they captured so easily?
Let's go and have a talk, I suppose.
Can I have Sasha perch herself on the building to the west?
Sure.
Before we go up, I would like to activate my boon of true seeing as quietly as I can,
Okay.
just to make sure that those are who they look like.
What does that give you? How far?
120 feet.
120 feet? Can you send a measuring stick down that far? I want to see how far you can actually see from where you are. Okay, you can see all of them. You notice that this creature is not what it seems. This creature is actually what appears to be a red draconic demon. A red draconic devil. You've faced one of these before. This is an Abishai.
Oh.
It is taking on the visage of a very large creature right now. It appears to be some sort of an orc. I hope that you all don't mind for just 2 minutes. I did not use the restroom before I got in here, and I'm so sorry. I have to go do that.
Go right
man.
ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
man, you're fine.
Sorry. Thank you.
So yeah, I just realized a couple things we could have brought. I forget what the Darren's Instant Fortress does, but that sounds very protecting-y.
Makes a adamantine like tower. I think it said.
Mm. Ah well.
We'll figure things out.
Yeah.
I mean,
If anything, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, me and Halbus have spell sniper, so we can just hide behind buildings, giving ourselves the 3/4 cover, and we can still hit the enemy just fine.
Let's see.
I'm pretty small, so I can, move pretty well. I don't have a lot on me, so I can always dodge.
I can hide behind any of you.
Do you want to hide in my coat, Elvis? It'd be nice to have a buddy.
Hey, we're not 3 chicken nuggets in a trench coat here.
Oh.
Ah.
Do you want your own coat? I can make you one, or I can find somebody too.
I'm gonna need to invest in like the Berserkus catheter or something.
We need the 2 goblins and me, or Brenna, the kingdom, and me, and we'll just all stand on each other's shoulders with a trench coat.
Oh boy.
That'd be funny, especially with Kingdom, because he could do his like unseen servant to do other stuff.
Yeah, they just want to pull a rascals moment. That's all.
Oh boy. So, as you are staring this down, you see that the flag is being moved. And it's signaling that you should come closer. Meet halfway.
What does the flag look like? Or is there just like a solid color?
The flag is a signal flag, so it's a half slash of a color. One is red, one is white.
Also like the airport.
Exactly. It's meant to signal from a distance.
I quietly tell them, if they have a flag, they might be using it to try and signal others. If there's others watching this.
You hear from, since you all are decently close,
Come closer. I will meet you in front of the statue.
and he steps over the statue because he is that tall.
Suppose we should move forward. We don't want to antagonize him just yet.
Yet. Stand firm, friends. I shall do my best to protect you.
As he steps over, you see each one of the dragons get up onto their hackles as they rise, and as their mouths start to foam and look wild with their elemental property.
That isn't terrifying at all.
EMP whispers to the others. Spread out if you can. Pinpoint any escape routes.
I think we should stand here, not too close, at least not within swinging range.
It crosses
this
its arms in
behind me.
front of itself, and it leaves itself large and imposing.
You are the ones who are causing us so much headache, aren't you?
And what if we are, beast?
We should get more on polite terms.
You're right. Where are my manners? I am Agmar Saitochi. These are my comrades. Miresh, the great sorcerer. Dr. Ives, the great doctor, EMP. another doctor of great renown, and Halvius. Which, raising dead is his game, and Halvius is his name.
I am Sumpufu.
Why have you brought us here?
Because I wanted to see the enemy with my own eyes.
Can we take that to mean you're one of the commanders then?
I lead this charge, yes. This is my city. Mine. Why do you come to try to take it?
I may be so bold. We told you your name. Isn't it due respects? I do pray that you do have the courtesy to tell us yours as well.
Did my voice not come through on that one?
Your voice
Um,
came through, but it was
yeah.
a little like muffled here and there.
He said that his name was Msumbufu. Msumbufu. I'll spell it
Got
out
it.
on the thing.
Thank you.
We're not trying to take your city, but rather take back the one founded by Dominic Feldy. You are the unwelcome guests here.
Your liberator. Dominic left his lover. His mate is mine. He is shame. Very shame. I offer trade. Will you listen?
We will.
Take these 4. And you leave. I never see you again.
And
Prisoners are who they say you are. And this isn't some sort of trick.
You do not have that room. I have dragon. I have magic. I have devil and demon. I have soldiers. I have kobold and orc. You have a ship. I
And
give
look how
you
it did
a
you.
mercy. A mercy. You take it.
Ekmar, do you want to continue your line? You kind of trailed off there.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of go back, and you've seen what good has done you. Your dragon is still licking its wounds from the battle before. The demons have been thinned, and your magic, how weak it must be that a blind man can stand here after facing your army. Don't come at me with threats when your force has done little to us.
Roll me an intimidation check. Or a persuasion check, whichever you choose.
Vision.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Because, hold on. What was the number I had before?
It was
For my
9 or
portrait.
14.
I'm gonna replace the number I had for 14. So it'll be 14 plus 9, which would be 23.
23. Okay.
Nice.
You see him snarl at you as that happens. Beforehand, he looked cocky, and then out of nowhere, something seemed to change in his eyes. And he's... Dragon heel. Soldiers many. Ereshkigal will bring more. Ereshkigal will bring hellfire. Ereshkigal will destroy you. Take your soul, eat it. I give you chance.
Claudius. Sorry, I called out to Halbius.
He did leave a message, said, be right back. Oh, wait, never mind, you're good.
I'm back.
All right.
I missed a second there, though.
Nothing much happened.
Agmar screams out, Halbius,
Yes, Agmar.
how many of these of the enemies we've killed have you turned into soldiers for us?
Quite a few last I had checked. Unfortunately, I used them for other things.
That's alright, Maresh. How many times have you been on the brink of death by these creatures and still laughed at the face of death?
Too many to count.
Iris will kind of put her arm up and be like, Bufu! Ashkagal will fall one day. All great leaders fall. I have been the secret to see these fallen. Here, many, many in power. Arashkagal is no different. You will fall one day. No doubt.
You speak to me of my God King. That is bad mistake.
I served kings. I'm not afraid of yours. In fact, my force is probably greater than whatever force you have.
We shall see.
We shall see indeed.
If I may be so bold, since seeing as everyone here is speaking, I know of one of those four. Why should we care about the other three?
They are family to Feldin. They are no Feldin. They are bonded to Feldin. I wish to give them back. No suffer no more. I give you time. Little time. Make choice. Before they burn. And he takes a step back.
Is my voice mod on right now?
No, it isn't. Well, it turned off a while ago.
Okay, it looks like voice mod is just broken.
That's okay.
That's normal.
The voice mod before was cutting out a little bit, so it made it a little hard to understand.
Okay, well, I just have to act through it then. Not a big deal. So Musumbufu puts himself back behind everyone else.
I will say that it is on now.
Damn it.
The monstrous narration is wonderful.
Sweet.
There you go.
Okay. Buddy. You're the worst. He's asleep on my soundboard. It's the cutest, but so frustrating. Okay. So. He's offered up What are you going to do?
Could we send a message to Dominic himself?
Not you.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank
Forgive me as I may, but seeing prisoners exchanged many times in my past, why not have him send forth one who he claims is close to Felden, and make sure that he's so easily willing to give up and not trick us?
Certainly an idea.
Okay. Who wants to do the convincing?
Iris will do it since she taunted him before.
Okay.
I will step tiny bit closer. Bufu! If you give us this chance to trade, and we are to believe you, why don't you send one of your prisoners so we may check, as I am a doctor, that they are in good health and not on the verge of death? Can I roll a persuasion check to see if I can?
Persuasion. It's going to be contested.
Okay.
I go.
Hey.
He does have a bonus to that. I just didn't tell you what it was.
I'm rolling. No, I'm gonna change the 2 and change it to that 9 I had before. Important.
Okay. So that is a what?
17?
17?
Yes.
You can do that to other people's rolls?
Yes.
Portents are crazy like that.
But that was the last one, right?
That's the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Bufu looks at you and says, "No deal.
Why no deal, Bufu?
Because I have cards. I just invite you to table. You have no chips to bet."
And what chips would entice you?
Give me Felden.
No.
I will kill
That-
him here and all will despair. No one will fight. You leave, no one will fight. Choose.
I whisper to my friends, what if we gave him Dominic's simulacrum? Do you think they'd be able to tell the difference?
If you're considering the one that's on the airship, who is literally falling apart, unless we can find another one.
He is still a being, isn't he? Didn't he tell Waylon that he still breathes and has a will to live of his own?
All I'm saying is, if someone is asking for a specific person, and you offer them someone who's falling apart, who looks like clay, you can connect the dots from there.
You two are doctors. Surely you could dress them up as battle wounds.
That would be easy. I like this idea. He doesn't seem too smart. I say we roll with it. What you say, Tinhead?
I can only do so much, but it is an idea.
Then why not try it? He just wants to see a body fall, after all.
It's
No,
one
we-
thing to charade a body, but when it falls, you saw it yourself. The simulacrum falls apart. Whenever something breaks off, it turns to dust.
But still, we should at least give him the option to decide for himself. If he knows he's a copy, he might come willingly. We owe him that at least.
If anything, it'll serve as a diversion.
Risky one at that.
I like the chances.
This creature is prideful. From the looks of it, they do not like to be deceived. We only have a limited amount of time before he realizes it's a fake.
All we need to
So-
do is get the hostages away from him. If we do the exchange at the same time, then we can get them away before he realizes.
Can I do an insight check on what was discussed earlier? Like, to see how much truth there was in his bargain earlier? Or is it too late now?
No, sure. Yeah, I can say that can happen.
I use my passive investigation. Oh, never mind.
Okay. EMP. As you're listening to this, there is a tone of desperation. But now that he's said out loud what kind of things he's looking for, it's possible.
I'm apprehensive. And all of you are optimistic.
It's what humans are best at.
To your benefit, he sounds desperate. He really wants us to leave. As if his head is on the stake here.
Probably is. No king wants a weak soldier.
We've definitely caused quite a bit of trouble here. Whatever their plans are, we've definitely been messing them up.
If we are to do this, well, he isn't giving us much time. So we're going to have to dress up this simulacrum as quick as possible.
All right then. Shall we call him?
As long as we're honest with him.
Of course. Friends tell each other everything.
Then be my guest. I don't want to be the one to talk to him.
No. Pull out the sending stone and call up Dominic.
Dom here, what's going on? Tell me something good, please.
So, Dominic, they have some very important hostages, including your wife. Or rather, the real Dominic's wife.
Oh. Oh. You hear a fury in his voice that you've never heard before.
And I can understand how you feel. But this creature is offering a trade.
What's the trade?
They want you for the hostages.
Yes.
Thought you might say that.
Tell him
You
I'll do
being
it.
a singular? Excellent. We'll dress you up as if you're just covered in battle scars, so they don't suspect you as a simulacrum. And hopefully we can get them away before anything untoward happens.
I think I got one thing left. You don't have to worry about that. I'm coming down.
Fantastic.
Before you hang up, is the captain of the ship still there?
Right next to me. And you hear like this fierceness, this ferocity in his voice.
As I've discussed with my companions here, we only have a limited amount of time before they realize you are not who you say you are. But I have an idea that might extend that.
I'm all ears.
Could you please tell the captain, aim all armaments towards the dragons?
Absolutely.
I'll see you when you get down here then.
Okay. You say all that.
Could you? Sorry. I just wanted to know: are the prisoners bound at their feet, or is it just their hands?
Their hands, their arms, their mouth, and their knees. They're bound at the thighs. Sorry.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. Musumbufu still stands, arms crossed in front of him, looking menacing. Just waiting.
I'll take a step forward. Bufu, you have a deal. Dominic is on his way. In exchange for the prisoners, he is willing to give himself up.
Compassion, such weakness. I knew he would. I knew he would. Foolish. Foolish. But good.
To be fair, I agree.
Whatever you may say about our emotions, just make sure you keep your end of the deal. We leave here unharmed.
Fine. You may leave unharmed. I will grant all wish. After a second or two, you start hearing the expedition starting to come down. As that happens, you listen, and you listen closely, and you hear the sound of wings flap. As you watch Dominic in what appears to be wax wings coming and falling down. As Dominic looks in his grizzled fashion, he drops down behind you. His weapons are out. He throws them down to the ground. He looks as though he was normal. No injuries, no problems. And he begins to step forward. He goes over, touches Agmar and Maresh on the shoulder and says, "The moment they're there, you run back in that church."
Don't worry. We'll make sure she's safe.
Everything that you can do. All right, you ugly bastard, I'm all yours. Hi, honey. I love you. I'm going to miss you. And you see that she looks into his eyes, begins to sob. Although her mouth is muzzled, you can hear it from the distance that you are. Seeing everybody else, you see that all of them are beginning to cry. You see that Musumbufu gives respect and says, "Brave, foolish, but brave. I give you option. Die dragon or die ride. You may choose, but you come to the obelisk with me." And he says in response, "Oh, I don't care. Either way, it's gonna suck. So let's just do it." And he climbs on the back of the blue dragon. As he gets into the palanquin, he says, "By the way, do you know how many of your brethren I've murdered? Man, this has probably got something to do with all that stuff. Woo. Oh well. Shall we go up? Now do me a favor, can you eat me from the top down?" Thanks. You hear the dragon. Musumbufu looks at the rest of you, climbs onto the back of the green dragon, and says, "So many wishes granted today. This would be good. Take them. But you better hurry." And as that happens, you're watching him cast a spell.
EMP is gonna sprint straight to one of them, pull out a
Okay.
dagger, and immediately start unbinding his knees.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a strength check or a dexterity check in order to be able to cut through precisely. For the rest of you, you're either going to try to bust them or you're going to try to dismantle them. But I need either a strength check or a strength check or a dexterity check. If you're trying to pick the lock on things, then I need a sleight of hand check. As that happens, you watch as the metal components of each one of their objects that is binding them begins to glow red hot. He is casting heat metal.
Son of a.
On Iris's person, would I be able to do a sleight of hand check to try and get the lock off?
You've already rolled a dexterity. That was a dexterity
okay.
save. You needed to roll a
Ah,
dexterity
right.
check.
Oh,
Um,
there. Dexterity.
yeah, I need to reroll mine too because I did the save.
Okay. So you all start your checks and your saves. Let's see. Agmar is able to bust this one, and as that happens, you take out yours. They are now free. Oh no! Wait a second. Hold on. You rolled a 15.
Yes.
They are not free. But you are able to break the one binding their thighs. So they are able to move. However, they are burning. Dr. Iris, you are able to unlatch the ones covering their hands and their mouth. But they are still burning. EMP, the same thing. You are only able to unlatch the one on her thighs. And let's see. Maresh, you're not able to unlatch anything. And they're burning badly. Alright, this is going to be happening. I need for everybody to roll me initiative. This is in order to save them.
Okay. Be sure to click on your token.
My token. See if it does it this time. Okay, it didn't.
That's fine. I have Halvish and Maresh twice, so I'm going to switch that. EMP, Dr. Iris, Halvis, Maresh, Agmar, what did you roll?
Hold on.
A 20? Got it. Okay. Agmar, you may make another check. Okay, this time you're able to bust them completely out. Although they are singed, they only have about first degree burns, and they're not looking that bad. They are now free. So I am going to put an X over them. They are not dead. You just simply don't have to worry about them anymore. EMP.
Which checks is it again?
A dexterity check to get them out of it, a strength check to burst them out of it, or a sleight of hand check to disable it. Okay. With this one, none of them are disabled, and they are going to get another 2 points of burning. They're not looking good. Maresh, it's your turn.
Can I try and polymorph them to make it so they're in a form that the bindings won't work?
Can you send polymorph to the VTT for me really quick?
Yes.
This is not casting. I just need to read it because it's very specific. Hit point new form can be any beast. The challenge seems to take some abilities to target the same hit points. There's a normal form and then another hit points. Much to the actions, okay. Melds, target's gear melds into the new form. The creature can't activate, use, wield, or otherwise benefit from any of its equipment. I would say you would buy them time, but they would still be bound.
Okay. In that case, I'll just try another dexterity check.
You can also try casting or doing something that's different if you don't feel like your abilities are up to snuff.
No, I don't have anything that would be useful.
Okay, a 13 is not going to cut it. This person is starting to singe, and they're suffering from second-degree burns. It's looking bad, and if you don't get them out in the next round, they're going to die. Iris, you're up.
Okay. You said I can do sleight of hand, right, to try and get the lock off?
If you'd like.
Okay.
You're able to get them completely out. They're fine. They have first-degree burns. They're not that bad.
Okay.
I'm putting an X over them. They're not dead. I'm just making the symbol.
As a bonus, would I be able to put some of the Blizz Gel on them to try and soothe the burns that they have?
This is all happening incredibly fast, so I'm going to say no. This is just you trying to get things done as soon as possible.
Gotcha. Then I'm going to move to help EMP with his person.
Okay. Halvis, you're up.
You muted, buddy?
Halvis still there?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry. Can I use my cold weapon to try to break through them since they're, hot, cold?
Yeah, roll an attack. Unfortunately, that will not cut it. So that is not going to work. Agmar, it's now your turn.
I'm gonna here and do one more strength check.
To whom? Who's your target?
The one with the wings, I guess. Helping Javius and Nourish.
Got it. Okay, they actually don't have wings. That's just the moonlight in the background.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you go down there and you smash everything that is across them. They are bad. They have third-degree burns. This is going to take some time, but they're no longer suffering any damage. So you no longer have to worry about them. However, they are looking bad. They will need treatment. Okay, EMP, it's now your turn.
Assistance needed, please.
I'm here.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
If they were to die here, I'm assuming it skips all death saving throws and such?
That's correct. These are not PCs.
Okay. I'm gonna send a message real quick to Vanguard Tactics.
Okay.
Will the damage be inflicted as soon as I can't do it?
Yes.
Okay. Just sent a message. Okay. So, EMP was going to ask Dr. Iris to assist me in helping disable the device.
In which case, they would take another 2 markers. They would only have 1 remaining, and they would be in third-degree burns at this point, if you choose not to. But you would, one of you would have advantage.
So we get to pick between which of the two of us can actually do it.
You may choose. However, they are going to burn. And it has to be done on Dr. Iris's turn.
Okay. Iris, what's your modifier for dexterity?
3.
And yours is higher than mine.
All right, so my turn it is, I guess.
Okay.
EMP will sort of step aside, or at least like rotate the person so that the contraption is facing Iris.
All right. They're now suffering third-degree burns and in critical condition. Maresh, you're next.
I will try and help. See if
How are
I
you
get
doing
a
so?
god roll.
Okay.
Do a dex roll. Hope, see if I get a godly roll.
Okay.
Nope.
Nothing happens. Okay. Dr. Iris?
Okay.
So I believe you get to roll with advantage on this one since I'm assisting.
That's correct.
On whatever I choose, or does it have to be something to do with dexterity? Because I'm
Whatever
going
you
to try to do a
choose.
sleight of hand.
It's whatever you choose.
Okay. So advantage?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just hold the left shift.
29.
You're able to wedge the knives in perfectly and snap each one of them going up. Snap, 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 snap. As that happens, they are badly burned. Both this one and the one that Agmar just freed are going to need medical treatment or they will die.
That's fine.
Good thing we have 2 doctors.
Okay.
I thank you, Dr. Iris.
How
I've
this...
almost had
you
me
all are-
resorting to something else, and you see a flicker of electricity course through his hands.
Save
Okay.
the shockies for later, Tinhead.
Halvis,
All right.
Yes.
you hear a chanting. The chanting is going in your head. You seem to be the only one that notices it. It is somebody casting a spell.
Guys, somebody's casting. Get them and go.
Roger.
Yeah.
I'll throw this one's arm over my shoulder.
Which one?
This one.
Okay.
Tinhead, help me here. Iris is going to grab this one that's in another critical condition.
Okay.
And I'll be on the other side.
Okay.
Agmar, Halvis, you 2 grab the others.
In this case, Halvis would just escort one of them.
Yeah.
Not really carrying.
Pull them along.
Okay. You all start dragging them forward. As you do so, Halvis, the casting is getting louder, and it's still happening. I will make these creatures, or these tokens, able to be moved by anybody. Give me just a moment. You all are just
Can I
simply moving forward. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Back towards the church.
Okay.
Heading that way.
Out of curiosity, can you take somebody with Misty Step, or is it you're only yourself?
Send Misty Step to the VTT for me, please. I think it's Thunderstep, Dimension Door, Teleport, Teleportation Circle, but I don't know about Misty Step. I think Misty Step is just yourself. But I may be wrong.
What about potions of blinking?
That's
You-
definitely on yourself.
yeah, you have to drink that yourself, and then you have to throw it.
Ah,
This was Cthulhu's thought, but
Briefly surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet, so it's only you.
okay.
All right. So you all are moving your creatures up, forward, and more north. You all may move up to your speed. Maresh has this woman who is badly burned over his shoulder, and they're doing a fireman carry. Her breathing is slowing. EMP, Dr. Iris, you're noticing it the same thing with your patient as well.
Here.
You know what? I'm gonna stop for a second and feed her a healing potion.
Okay. She is now better and ambulatory, so she is able to help you in the move. So you all may now move at full speed. Agmar, you may take Gabriella. And she is less bad, but still not very ambulatory at all. She needs your help. Halvis, the exact same thing with your charge. Not as bad, but still needs your help. EMP, this one is starting to fade away.
Okay. I'm gonna send trauma medicine to you because it involves surgical precision, which is basically the sneak attack. I'm not entirely sure if I could.
You can still do so. So you're level 9 right now, correct?
Yes.
So that's 5d6.
Okay. So I'm going to expend all dice. Is it 1d6 per charge for that?
1d6 per charge. That is correct.
Okay.
And now that you're level 9, you can go up above half, which is good.
Right. I just wasn't sure how high above half.
All of it.
But. Oh, okay.
You can bring them back up to full health if you wish.
Got it. Let's see here. Iris, I only have 16 charges left on my end. You have 20. Is it okay if we split this a little bit?
Anything. Save a patient.
Trying to do mental math so it's even. I'll do 1 charge, you do 4. So I'll go down to 15, you down to 16.
Sounds good.
So I'll roll 1d6, you do 4d6. Just do that.
Before you roll, Dr. Iris.
Shit. Oh.
Yes.
Halvis. At this point of the chanting, you hear Nostrum get Momjen Veronica Iris. And you see a blue ring appear underneath Dr. Iris. Dr. Iris, I
Yes?
need for you to roll me a dexterity saving throw. As you feel your feet give out completely from underneath you. Dr. Iris,
Yes.
you look down below you, and as you do so, you notice a bright red cacophony, tumultuous storm. As you are looking down beneath you, you see what appears to be rivers of clouds and hundreds of tiny little buildings. As you look up, you see yourself falling
And
slowly.
Trade my inspiration for that. However we roll.
Mhm.
Nice.
You continue to fall. Your head leaves this plane for a moment, and the last thing you see is EMP reaching down, trying to grab you. As that happens, you come face to face with the red Abishai, saying to you, grabbing you from your legs, hanging you upside down, and saying, "You should not have spoke of my God King. He will never fall, but you will." And he lets you go. As you plummet, you see that you are over top of Felden's berth. You're falling and falling and falling. I need for everyone to roll me a perception check. This perception check is extremely high.
Including me?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let's go!
Yes!
That's the best perception check I've ever made.
I'm gonna take my passive perception of 22.
It's not passive. It must be active.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You all hear the shrill screams coming from above you. You all have an instant to react. I am counting down from 5. And I need for everybody to tell me what they're going to do. 5, 4, 3,
Are they coming from directly above us?
1.
Dimension. I'll use dimension door.
Jump to catch you.
Okay. Dimension door. What are you going to do?
I'll use the meta magic that is which one is these? Distance spell to change its range so that I can use Dimension Door to catch Iris and place her on the ground.
You'd have to cast it twice.
I can do that.
Okay. Maresh, as you see her falling, she's falling from 1,000 feet in the air. You go up, and as you slam back down to the ground, you are going to take a little bit of falling damage because of the inertia. Both of you are going to take 15 points of bludgeoning damage from the inertia of a fall. But Dr. Iris will not die today.
Oof.
Nice.
This is another... This was the tower card. But it was drawn in a way that makes it doubly as bad.
Oh my
Thanks,
god.
Blue.
So, you were saved by your friends before it could happen.
I owe you, Mirish.
Think nothing of it, Doctor. Yep. You saved our lives plenty of times.
As you get up, Dr. Iris, you notice something across your legs where the Abishai has gripped you. You see something of an infernal tattoo.
Oh,
You are cursed.
Iris just kind of looks down and goes, "Oh, that's new."
EMP responds, yes, well, good that you didn't perish. He says that as he slowly flutters back down to the ground, almost activating his wings in an attempt to catch her.
As you catch her and as you see her, does anybody here speak Infernal?
Oh, my character sheet just messed up, but I think I do.
Okay.
D&D Beyond is being a doofus.
Damn you!
Yes, I
Beyond.
do. I do
You
in
speak
fact speak
Infernal?
Infernal.
Okay. The curse that you see is a life siphon. Dr. Iris can no longer sustain the effects of a long rest.
What?
I'm guessing the only way to get rid of this curse is to kill that Abishai.
The only way for Dr. Iris to recover hit points is by magic, by items, or by abilities. Cannot recover by a short rest nor a long rest. Dr. Iris can no longer recover abilities, and for every session that Dr. Iris is a part of, Dr. Iris will gain 1 point of exhaustion until the curse is removed. Although you did not die, the devil card was drawn, which says that it was going to be twice as bad. You are cursed.
Oof.
Well, I'm glad it was me and not one of my brethren.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
We'll do something about that when we get back.
For now, let's just secure our new friends here.
To the church.
You rush them back. As that happens, you hear the expedition as they are launching of all-out assault on the dragons.
Yes.
You rush back into the church. As you do so, the remainder of your everybody is able to get back in, and they are beginning to be treated for their injuries. Those who you have rescued are Kryon, the Aasimar bard and sorcerer from the Adequate Eight. You have rescued Gabriella, the wife of Dominic Felden. You have rescued Mariana Caballeri, one of the chief colonels of the Vereldium Blades. And you've also rescued Illyria Wintergarden, one of the lower echelon of the Vereldium Blades. So, back inside the church,
Oh, excuse me.
you all notice something very strange. Dr. Iris is forcing herself to push her way into the church. It looks like some force is stopping her from getting inside.
She's been cursed, and this is hallowed ground. She can't come in.
Iris just kind of stops in front of the door and looks in. As long as they are safe and you are safe, that's all I can ask.
Tazahazar comes out and with the rest of his dragonborn puts a hand on her shoulder and says, I truly wish that this was different. Truly, truly I do. We may be able to remove the curse. We'll look into it. I promise.
It's just one more thing we have to fight for.
Well, as long as I can breathe and think, then I am with you on whatever you need until either my last days or this curse is removed, whichever comes first.
There's no other reason to search out that Bufu and free his body from his head.
think the same way. We'll help out as much as we can. Good luck.
Thank you.
As that happens, you all are back inside. Vez, the Loxodon that you've met before, comes up, and he goes outside as well. And he says to you, I know just a little bit about curses. There's one thing that happened to me, too. And he shows you his big silver hand that almost looks perfectly like a symbol of Helm, but he has full control of it. My hand was taken. I was killed, but my hand was taken instead. Now anytime I get hurt, another part of me turns into Helm's hand. There's a way to get rid of it. I was saving it for me, but I like you guys a little bit. So, I think we can do something. There's a guy that I know who used to be a real powerful conjurer. Well, he's got a way to sort of erase things. You might be able to find him in the south or in the Underdark. He liked to go to those places. Anything else, I mean, you're going to need to find something Leotin in order to fix that.
Thank you for the information.
I'm not very well versed in magic and curses. Can a spell fix this?
I don't think so. This is a lot stronger than the ones I have.
Iris just kind of chuckles. Do you think if I cut off my legs it would stop?
I don't think that would help.
Oh.
Something like this is more of a mark on your soul.
Yeah.
I-
Sorry.
I'd know a thing or two about that. I say
No.
patting my new prosthetic leg.
I appreciate the info. Us humans are weak to begin with.
We'll keep our ears to the ground. See if we can find this conjurer.
I'd recommend checking out the library. I mean, back when I was an adventurer, we founded this whole temple on a single Leotin item. So it's possible.
All right. We'll do
Suppose
that.
we know.
Go ahead. Thulu? Agmar?
I was just saying, I suppose we know where our next destination is then, don't we?
Indeed.
What was this Leotin item that you formed the temple with, out of merely curiosity?
Oh, it was called Kryon's Mask. It was really cursed. Somebody wanted it. It's not going to help you. It just makes you very, very cold.
Right then. Thanks for the information.
Before you go, friend, what's your friend's name?
Which one? I have a lot.
Your friend that could help me with my legs.
Oh. His name is Socletus. He's kind of crazy. He's into the Malbosia essence. And that's no good. He's been doing it for way too long. He sees things now, and he's a little crazy.
Aren't we all?
No, not like that.
Well, in exchange for your info, if you ever need a doctor, call on me.
Sounds great. If you ever need a cleric, somebody in heavy armor, or something smash, you can call me. Until then, how about the library? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Iris kind of stands up, dusts off her uniform's like, well, flags aren't gonna uncurse themselves. Let's go.
Okay.
Dr. Iris, before you go too far, I know it won't help with the curse, but why don't you take this? And I hand her a greater healing potion.
Oh, nice of you. Thanks. I'll take
Okay.
it right now.
Okay.
Go ahead and drink. So that's
4d4 plus 4.
4d4. So 14?
Yep.
Okay.
Feel a little better.
Okay. You're almost tip-top shape. As the rest of those are being treated inside, you're led over to the library with whatever books they still have remaining. One of them is very, very well worn. It appears to be a chronicle of Leotan magic items that are known to exist.
I'll
Well-
search through.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check just so that you're able to wrap your head around it.
All of us or just one?
Whoever's reading.
Oh.
Okay.
Definitely not Agmar.
Rush rolled a
Yep,
23.
not Iris.
That Zemfaxi boon really helps.
That's awesome. Okay. Maresh, you're looking through as many things as you possibly can to try to find something. There are two things that you're able to find. Number one is something called Ruin's Nostrum. It is able to remove curses, and it absorbs curses into itself. It looks as though it is a hoop made of diamonds. You also notice that there's something else that may be of use. There's no picture, there's no illustration, but it's known as the Pegasus Key.
Hoop of diamonds. That's quite similar to what we saw last time. What the woman tried to show us. Remember that, Halvis?
Yes. What was the name of that again?
Ruin's Nostrum.
Is there any information in this book on its last known location?
For a 23, I can tell you that there's no information on any location of any Leotan magic item. These are some that you either must stumble upon or are already owned by some or are found. What you do know is that the sorry, all of my computer just started bogging there for a minute. What you do know is that Ruin's Nostrum can remove curses and absorb them within itself. It also is known to deactivate curses that are attached to Leotan magic items. It's also known to be able to recover the unrecoverable.
Oh.
The Pegasus
Man.
Key is only known to... it has been found. It was found in underground ruins. And it usually comes in parts.
Would
All right.
that
then.
be... I believe we might have the Pegasus Key.
We have the item, or a item, in parts, right?
Do you?
I don't know. Someone mentioned it earlier.
I think that's what they use to paint the stuff in the bottle on the ship.
You can check the caravan inventory in the Discord, link at the top.
Item that has 3 parts assembled in the
Ophelian runes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Never did find out what it was for.
Yeah,
I
it
did.
just says an item that has 3 parts.
It does say it is assembled.
And there's no visual pictures in the book of what the Pegasus Key looks like.
Correct.
It could very well be this.
So the Pegasus Key has only the description of it, and that it usually comes in parts. That's it. What you have is you assembled 3 parts. One was a long rod that had a large red ruby-like gem at the top, almost as large as your hand is wide. It is surrounded by almost like a white gold fencing that goes around it. It slid into what appeared to be an oblong cage that looked almost like a butterfly's wing. And that was attached to what appeared to be filigree that went and flowed out from there. As you're looking at it, there is just a small silvery hair that flows, just barely out one side.
Sounds like a horse.
The hair is only maybe about less than an inch wide, or less than an inch long. Does anybody want to try something with it? I hear a lot of clicking.
Doctor, would you mind if I would take the staff and touch where Buzu grabbed you?
Oh, no. Go ahead. I don't see any harm in it. Here. She kind of stretches out her legs, be like, there you go.
I will grab the staff and touch the crystal to where the infernal writing is.
Okay. You touch the crystal part to Dr. Iris's leg, and as that happens, you watch as from one end a flowing, what look to be thousands of strands of glittering white hair come out the other side, and they float as though they are underwater.
How do you feel, Doctor? Any change?
It's still there.
I feel something, but it's yeah. I don't think it went away.
I'll try to brush it with the hairs.
Okay. You flip it on the other side, and you brush across the markings all over her leg. As that happens, you watch as the markings disappear. But you can see now the hairs upon the staff grow black.
Oh,
It's
I
doing
think it
something.
worked.
Do we have something that I can put this on? So that it's... I'm assuming this is just like a paintbrush, and once you take it off, you've got to put it on.
I could take out a piece of parchment. You could try wiping it on that.
Set it on the ground and back up, just in case. I don't want to accidentally touch anybody with this.
Okay.
Or lay the parchment on the ground, unroll it.
Okay.
I will,
Yep.
after he backs up, I will try to paint it onto the parchment.
Okay. You brush it over top of the parchment. Nothing happens. The hairs are still jet black.
Looks like it absorbed it to the point where can't really transfer.
We should store this away from all of our other inventory items. Leave it for a while and see if anything changes.
Do we have any small creatures that we could test this on?
There's the bag of tricks.
You could summon the tea butler, Agmar.
I would go ahead and summon the tea butler.
Okay. You summon a very old man who has a little rickety plate full of tea. Some tea, some biscuits, a few digestives, sugar.
Would you mind
thank
if you do a small experiment on you?
He doesn't
I
say
don't know
anything.
what it-
Right then.
I do
Take this
feel-
and brush it on your face, is what AMP tells the butler.
He doesn't do it. But
Iris takes
he does bring
it.
tea over nearby.
Perhaps he
I'll
only
take-
takes commands related to serving tea, and you just have to do it to him.
I'll go ahead and grab some tea and biscuits.
Okay. You grab tea,
Oh,
you grab
that
some
makes sense.
biscuits. Yeah, you all get a nice little refreshment.
And now we are going to try to curse him.
Are we ready?
I am truly sorry about this.
I'm not. I'm ready to see if this experiment works.
I'm so sorry, my dear friend.
And it'd be nice to the fleshy.
This
I-
is all for scientific curiosity, of course.
Okay.
They brushed the butler with the staff. With
Okay.
the-
You brush across the tea butler. Nothing happens. The hairs still remain black.
Perhaps we need a living creature, not one that can be summoned by an item.
We could always go hunting down Boomful and see if we can slap it back in his face.
That would be truly ironic.
EMP, would you do me a favor?
Depends.
Could you hold this staff out for me, please?
AMP reaches out, careful not to touch the hairs.
Okay.
I grab the hairs with my left arm.
You grab the hairs, and as that happens, the hairs turn from jet black to white, and you watch as the curse creeps up your arm. You are now clearly cursed.
Iris just looks at Halvis, be like, Halvis, I understand we wanted to know, but, why?
Well, it seems my hypothesis is correct. Let's see if we can take it off again.
Touch the hairs again, Halvis.
I reach out and touch the hairs again.
You reach out and touch the hairs. As you grab the hairs, your arm falls limp.
No change in color?
You notice that Halvis has no longer any control over his left arm. But the color of the hairs is now jet black with many sparkling gemstone-like glistenings.
It took the magic that animates his arm. So,
I would say it got the nerve endings.
It was a
What
skeleton.
nerve
arm.
endings? It was skeleton.
Iris just kind of takes some bandages that she just had, makes kind of a tourniquet, tries to stick his arm in it. You know, I like you, but that was not a very smart thing.
Anything to protect my family.
Well,
Irish just kind of pats Halvis on the head.
Truthfully, little one, I am shocked. And his hand like fizzles electricity from the defibrillator. That is a joke. One I do not make often. But initially I was suggesting we find a small animal.
oh, he is a halfling. Technically small animal.
So now we have a staff with both my arm animation and a curse.
And now we have to find a way to separate the two without inflicting the curse again. Well, if nothing else, at least the doctor is cured, it would seem.
Which I am grateful for. But now we have a companion who can only use one arm, and that does not seem like a very good thing to have.
Now, for now, I could shoulder the curse until we can find the ruins Nostrum.
Is that pun intentional?
Ba-dum-bum. That's a good one. Well, Jazer, I'll give you a card of inspiration for that because that was some rough timing, but man, that was good.
If you guys don't have any qualms about it, I will gladly take it.
It's not about us having a problem with it. You're the one who will be cursed. Are you going to take on that burden? There's no telling how long it'll be until we can find this other item.
Well, for now, I guess it will be fine. We do know how to remove it. Granted, I will lose my arm, but at least you guys will be safe from it, and we don't have to worry about anybody else accidentally touching it.
As the one who was cursed and who is now no longer, I do have some reserves about it, but you are of your own free will. And if you choose to take on something such as this, then I cannot stop you, and it'll greater the ambition to find a cure.
EMP, if you would do me the honor of putting my arm back.
Back where?
Oh, let me rephrase that for you. Put the curse and my gems back to my arm.
As you wish. EMP brushes it once more onto his arm.
Okay. As it brushes across his arm once again, the gems glisten. The curse returns, and his skeletal hand begins animating once again.
I hold my hand up in my front of my face and just the fingers.
And the mark is clearly on his skeletal arm, right?
Correct. He did say he put it on his left hand.
Okay. Now I am curious, now that the curse is not on this particular item. We don't have to test it now, but we put this together. Can we take it apart?
You could try.
I don't know that that would be a good idea.
Again, this does not have to be resolved now. Just a thought.
Okay.
Well, I guess we now need to see if we can find
The ruinous Nostrum.
Ruins Nostrum.
Ruins. Oh, ruins. was trying to find this in the inventory, but I can't see it. But don't we have an orb of scrying or something?
The
Or
orb of
crystal ball.
true sight.
No, you have a crystal ball.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's just that. Yeah, then. Different thing.
It's possible. You know what it looks like. You know what it is. You have intimate knowledge of it. You just have never touched it. Do you want to give it a shot?
I'd like to, but we know that attempting to identify the Odin objects is a blinding light,
Mm-hmm.
so this might go poorly as well.
It does allow you to see 120 feet around it. So even if you can't see it itself, we might be able to have an idea of where.
It's true.
True. All right. I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Go ahead and send Crystal Ball to the VTT so I can read it clearly.
This up.
Thank you. So, as Maresh is getting the crystal ball out to be able to try to find where Ruin's Nostrum is and to be able to concentrate enough so that he's able to find an artifact, what are you all going to do? Black Irish, you may interrupt at any time once you find the answer.
What was the curse again?
The curse is you cannot recover hit points normally. You do not get the effects of a long or short rest. And every session that you play in, you get 1 point of exhaustion until the curse is gone. While scrying with the crystal ball, you have true sight with a radius of 120 feet centered on the spell's sensor. Got it. So, if you wish to scry on a specific item that you have intimate knowledge of, you can do so. You just have to be able to beat its DC. The Odin items have a DC. They have a resistance.
I will try to scry on the Ruin's Nostrum.
What is your spell save DC?
It is 17.
I'm rolling to myself. As you cast the spell, you look and you see an absolute blinding cacophony of light in the midst of a multitude of other shattering colors. And it is so difficult for you to see anything about it. However, you find a familiar place as you look around. Looking from the sensor, although looking in the direction that you know that whatever this item is, where it is, you find 6 chairs. Made of stone.
Oh. It's in the mines? Okay. I'll share that information with the party.
So into the depths we go.
Shall we head back to the mines?
I think so.
I concur.
Okay.
You need us to carry you?
I can walk. Thank
Are
you.
you sure? Because you can jump on my back. It's okay. We can share a coat this time. It would be fun.
Return of the Helva's backpack?
I'm okay with this.
I will walk, but thank you for the offer.
Oh, okay.
I'll call up my Sasha with me when we go in.
Okay.
Let's see.
You should now be able to see your character tokens.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Still see the corpse of that fool who killed me.
Yes, you do.
How dare he?
I do not see Agma.
Right here. He's
Oh,
kind of,
there he is.
yeah, he's blending in a little bit.
Okay, so
Plan that. Ah.
To the colorblind person.
I was trying really hard not to mention that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
And just jot out all of everybody's business.
Dang.
I love you.
Colors.
okay, so I saw the light in this area near the chairs, so it's got to be here somewhere.
Cthulhu, I put some markers on the top of yours, so you won't have that problem anymore. You'll see you'll see
Okay.
5 dots above them. That's how you
I
know
thought
that
you
that's
were-
your character.
I thought you were mocking my colorblindness. I'm like, well, what's he do?
No, absolutely not.
Uh,
No, I put.
No one mocks anyone here.
But now that I know, I'm actually able to help you with that. So what I can do is I can put severely contrasting colors around your token, so that now I know.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Anytime. Okay, so as you all are getting back into this area, it's very similar to how it was before. It doesn't look like anybody else has been down here. You also notice that a lot of the stones that are down here are starting to lose their gold and yellow luster.
Since it's
Um,
still here, I'd like to investigate the Devourer.
Okay. You take a look at it, and
Reg.
inside of the Devourer, you notice a few odd things. It looks like it was in the middle of eating something as you killed it, and it's still currently what's the word? Still currently decomposing. But you notice the Devourer isn't decomposing at all. Roll me an investigation check. You notice that in the bones across its ribs, where it devours its prey, you see tiny little flecks of some kind of crystal.
Are those Zircardin crystals?
How do you want to investigate if they are?
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I will. This is a wood table next to where I'm standing, correct?
Yes.
Take a chunk of the wood and kind of run it across the crystal and see if it just slices the crap out of it.
Like a knife through butter.
Well, that explains why he's still here.
Iris turns to Maresh. Maresh,
yes, Doctor?
you said you saw the chairs, correct?
Indeed, I did.
Shall me and you search around them, perhaps behind or under the chairs?
Let's do it.
Okay. You search around the chairs, and as you look around, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
I'll help too.
Lord, I have a +8
Nice.
investigation.
That's natural 20. So, Maresh, you're looking around, and you know for a fact that the item that you were looking at was to the east, or sorry, to the west of this. Because now that you have your bearings, you know that this was the only thing that was familiar to you because it was so far out of where the item was centrally located. So you're thinking whatever it is going to be far to the west.
Okay.
You don't, however, find anything that is of use aside from the small wellspring, which you know to be the Veritas device.
Then I'll share this information. My friends, I think we should head westward into these caves. That's where I recall the light being.
I'm going to resist the urge to do what I wanted to do last session again. Because I have a feeling that'd be bad.
What are you going to do?
You're trying to raise the corpse of the Devourer.
Oh, well, that did cross my mind while we were standing here. but with the Zarkardin crystals in it, I ain't even gonna try. Last time we did that, we almost went boom. No, my thought last time was to just jam my arm into the wellspring, but I don't want to do that either.
Let's head west.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay. You all head west, stepping over the body of the Devourer.
Could I remember if the light was more northern or southern?
You couldn't tell. You only know that it was west of the chairs.
All right. I guess we'll check out in here first, where we fought those two giant creatures that were very hungry for my blood.
Okay. Investigation check or perception, whichever you choose.
I'll use my passive 22 perception.
Okay. You do your best to try to listen in on anything that could be odd. You and Shasha are taking taking a different way around to try to figure out what is the best possible what's the best possible angle that you could get there. You send rocks down, you throw a few over the side to see if maybe one of the things that you hit reverberates differently, and neither one of you seem to be able to find anything in this area that that makes you think that there's anything useful here.
Iris is gonna check this other kind of caged-in area with all the stone.
Okay. Caged in area with all the stone. Where are you? Ah, there you are.
Right here.
You see a massive hole and a bunch of smashed up bookshelves and destroyed books. But other than that, you don't see too much else. Go ahead and roll me. Oh, sorry, you already did. But that's all that you see.
Can I just go investigate the books?
Sure.
Is that another investigation check, or?
It'll be another investigation check, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You notice that one of them is one of them has a massive symbol on the outside of it, which you know to be the School of Enchantment.
Right. I'm gonna take that book with me and walk over here.
Okay.
And be like, Halvis, I found a book. I don't know what it is, but it seems all magically. Do you want to see it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And I hand the book over to Halvis.
Okay. Halvis, as you look at it, you realize that this book, the symbol of it is is the symbol for enchantment, but it's a very specific symbol. This is a magic mouth. And you see that because she lifted the book, it's starting to activate.
Oh,
Did I do the wrong thing? I'm sorry. I just wanted to share books with you.
it's fine. I'm always up for a magical book.
You have about 10 seconds before the activation completes.
Yeet the book.
I will cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay. You will need to roll for it. Creature,
That's
object, magical effects. You're going to need a roll for it. So, spellcasting ability. So, intelligence?
Intelligence.
It doesn't stop. You have 5 seconds.
Just gonna
I run to the hole and chuck it down.
Okay. You run to the hole and you chuck it down. How many hit points do you have, Halvis?
Oop, wrong button. 61.
61 hit points.
Yes.
Only because I was on a massive power trip was I actually going to do this. I was going to power word kill it, but you did yeet it into the endless hole. So I'm going to give that one. I'm going to give you guys a pass.
Oh my.
Jesus.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
about
that's scary.
that's about the third power word kill trap we've come across in this game.
I was
Second.
just kind of yelled over to Halvis. I'm sorry I gave you a bad book, Halvis.
It's all right.
Okay, I'll give you a new journal when we get back, so you can write stuff in it.
I think the only one that could survive that is Brenna.
you. Once I had a tough feed, I'll survive it. Right now, nope.
Oh.
But you yeeted it down the hole, so I'm going to say it's no problem. But you realize what happened when you heard like a... You're like, I think I know what that is.
Duck and cover.
Okay. I'm gonna come over here. Are these like chests right here?
No, they are busted benches.
Oh. Then I want to activate my Zemfaxi boon
Okay.
to see if there's any magic items in 30 feet of me.
There are none.
It's gotta be here somewhere.
Anyone else?
EMP's gonna check the corpse. Did we end up picking it clean? Like, did we loot it?
Yes, you did.
How was the corpse looking?
This one is fairly the same, except this one's body is decomposing. The only thing that isn't is its hands.
That's suspicious.
I was all for experimentation, but Halvis, if you want to make something a little ironic, you can raise this one, as it oft tried to raise someone else in our group.
Do you want to check its hands first, since those are not decomposing?
Doris.
Medicine check, please.
Okay.
18. You pull off the gloves of this creature, and as you rip those off, you're noticing something that's making you a little bit disheartened. These fingers are elongated. They look like they're almost like claws, and they reek of brimstone. Oh, doggone it.
That's not what you expect on a creature such as this. It seems to be the only thing that's not decomposing as opposed to the rest of the body. Something is keeping it that way.
Iris just kind of comes over and be like, that's interesting.
Would you
Starts-
like them? We can sever them off.
Ooh, I can have one and you can have one. Would that work?
I was going to offer one to Halvis to see if
Oh, that's
maybe it
okay.
could give him some magical. You can check it for some magical properties.
You can have it then. It's okay. She starts looking around for a sharp rock to try and cut part of it open.
You have weapons.
rock.
You can.
Oh, right. I have a weapon.
Doctor,
Yes?
why?
Why what?
EMP notices that she starts looking around for a rock and is almost speechless at this thought process. Meanwhile, just pulls out a dagger and just begins raking away at one of the wrists.
Okay, you absolutely do, and you sever the hands from the rest of the body. As that happens, you notice that the fingers and only one finger pops up.
I point it away from all the people.
Okay, you point it away. Nothing happens, but you notice that all of the other fingers clench tight, and only one finger stays pointed up on one of the hands.
Okay. I can help you preserve these hands until you get back to your medical tents.
Hey,
And I'll
EMP.
use Ray of Frost to freeze them.
Okay, you use Ray of Frost, and they're now chilly.
Yes, Dr. Iris?
Oh. Well, I was going to say before Maresh froze them, if you pointed the hand in any other direction, would it point straight forward or would it move? But he already froze them, so never mind.
This isn't the place for experimentation.
Well,
We can do that later.
I just had an idea. I mean, maybe it would have pointed us in the direction of what we were looking for, but it's okay. I will make a note of it in my journal. And she starts jotting it down in her little field book.
Okay.
Come now, my friends. Still one more area to check out.
And that area is where?
And here.
I suppose a handless zombie is useless to you, Alvis?
Yeah, without their hands, they can't really hold anything.
That's understandable.
Okay. You notice in this area it appears to be an old sleeping quarter. You notice that there are some what appear to have been old, like, camping beds. However, they're very much destroyed.
Iris is just going to double check this one right here.
Investigation, please. Okay. Maresh, Iris, both of you don't find anything. It's just destroyed camping equipment.
Good Agmar uses that as a perception to see what he can find.
Okay. Smelling the area, you definitely smell the protrusion of magic. It's that same sort of odd ozone-y smell that you've smelled before when people have cast. There is residual magic here, but it's nothing specific. It smells very much similar to the wellspring that's nearby the chairs.
I'll let them know about that.
Are these stones like in the wall? Are they part of the wall?
Yes, this is an unmined section of Aufladen stone.
Has anybody found anything interesting yet?
Aside from the Book of Death, nothing. I know that light was here. It's got to be here somewhere.
Wrong clicker.
Which
Agmar,
benches did Moresh check out?
Agmar, as you go farther south, you hear something. It sounds like a ringing in your ears.
Comrades, does anyone else hear this? And I beckon them toward me.
Hear what?
That ringing.
None of you else hear it. Only seems to be Agmar. Agmar, as you go farther south, the ringing gets slightly more clear.
I'm not hearing anything, friend.
You now feel the eminent necrotic energies coming from the staff that is being held by the statue.
What is this? It's coming from this. The staff. There's a ringing. It's echoing through my head. It's coming from this.
It's not echoing through your head, and
Oh,
it's not. It's not that you know for a fact that it is ringing your ears. But as you getting closer, the staff is above your head. You can feel it coming down upon you, sort of like you're in the middle of, like, Arizona sun and you're bald, and as white as I am. Like, it stings. But that's not where the sound is coming from.
Huh?
Iris is gonna roll an investigation check, just like on this statue.
Okay. Are you... So, I know that you're going to roll, but how are you investigating it?
Just seeing if anything's like stuck in there, like purposely like chiseled away, like someone was trying to stick it to the statue, like any weird cracks.
Okay. Is your
She
11
can't-
what you just rolled?
Yes.
You don't notice anything like that. This is an old statue, so you are seeing a lot of wear and tear.
Gotcha.
So is the hole that Incursion made in the back wall still there?
Yep, still there.
Is the ringing louder the more south I go?
No.
No.
Now it is very clearly to your east. Are you moving on the other side of it to gauge my response?
Yeah, he's moving around to see if he can figure out where the ring is centralizing from.
With a passive perception of that high, you notice that it seems to be centered around the statue.
So it is coming from the statue.
Do you think if I poured acid on it, something would happen? He's just kind of asking that out loud.
Don't hurt the statue. I have a feeling that is very important.
Oh, okay.
What about
Although
the staff?
I wouldn't touch that either.
Is there anything like inscribed like along the base of the statue?
There's no inscriptions. You don't have to roll for that. You just there's just no inscriptions, period. Statue is mostly smooth aside from some detail.
You said it's coming from the statue specifically, not necessarily like from the base or anything.
Agmar is hearing it from the statue.
Perhaps the woman is trying to call us again and get us to touch the staff.
You will never touch the staff.
Oh.
I'll poke it. So Iris kind of reaches and tries to touch it.
Sure, let's give you a second curse today. Roll me a charisma saving throw. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
You hear a voice going through your head that says, "Finally!" And then you...
Oh, it said finally. I think it was trying to say hi. Or something's here. Did I touch it again? I don't know if we'll get a different response.
I don't recommend it.
That is fair.
Halvis, by chance, do you know Mage Hand?
No, I do not. Although, Maresh, you said that was coming from the west, correct? The glow was coming from the west.
I believe it was, but we haven't been able to find anything.
Wasn't there a room over here that had a bunch of runes?
Oi.
How far is 30? Oop. That's 30. All right. I'm going to activate my Zemboon to locate and identify within 30 feet to see if there is any magical objects within 30 feet of me.
Within 30 feet of you?
Yes.
How many times have you used that today?
That one?
Mhm.
That one I haven't used yet. I just used the spell for True Seeing.
There are no magic items around you that you can sense.
Oh, there goes my thought.
Yeah. Is this something down here, this black spot? Or is this just a piece that you never uncovered?
It's just a piece I never uncovered. I'm sorry. Let me uncover that for you.
Like, I'm going to say, like, is there a hidden bridge that we're literally just
No.
not
no,
getting
no,
close enough
no,
to see?
No. Still the chasm of sharp, painful death.
Cool. I don't know where else to search.
Did we already search way up here?
Not technically. I've searched in this circle. You could search up there.
I will do that to this section.
Investigation, please. You look, and as you're looking across it, you do notice that there appears to be some kind of a mural. It's very, very, very weathered. But you can see the outline of a woman.
Does it show any? Because I know.
That's really all that
Any-
you can see.
All right.
I'll come up here and take a look. Does this woman resemble the one we saw in the staff?
You're not sure.
Suppose I'm check this one then.
Can I
Investigation,
cast
please.
Detect Magic?
Who is?
Vanguard?
Sure. You cast Detect Magic. And aside from the Aufladen stones, you don't detect any other magics.
What
Okay.
does a 30 get me?
Okay, as you're looking at this, you notice that it's another mural, but this time it actually has a little bit more that you can make out. You can see that there is another picture of a woman. She looks to be grasping something to her chest, that which you cannot see, although she is doing it very, very clearly, as though she is holding something towards the center of her breast. And this does look like the same woman from the statue.
It's a mural of the statue. He's really holding on to that staff,
It's not a staff.
or at least this item.
She's holding onto
Holding
something
it
that
very-
fits into her hands, and she's pressing it against her breast.
What if we use that staff and put it onto that brush and use it on the staff?
We could do that. Perhaps then we'd be able to touch it without worry of curse.
It's an option.
Looks like all the clues are leading back to the staff again. Or at least the statue. Gauging from the reaction that Iris had when touching it, probably don't want to touch it.
And just to be clear, she touched the staff.
Yes.
Guess we should have someone run back to the ship and grab what we believe to be the Pegasus Key.
I mean, I could probably go. So otherwise, y'all don't worry. I don't touch the staff again.
Sure.
Before you do that, I want to inspect the statue, look for missing piece, hidden door, something along those lines.
I think Iris did something along that. I'm going to give you a perception check. This is different than what she did.
Perception.
Okay. Looking around it, this appears to be completely smooth, aside from a few ridges here and there just for a base detail.
Let's go get the key.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Be sure to bring the extendable pole as well.
The expendable what?
The extendable pole.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I zoom off.
Probably about 30, 45 minutes will pass before you come back. Do you all want to do something while she is gone, or do you want to just wait patiently?
I'll wait. I don't have anything to do.
Okay. That's one for waiting.
While we wait, AMP will just inquire Agmar's site.
Okay. You'll have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. I'll wait, and if someone else wants to wait for something else.
Agmar, I'll give you the option to do something as well, but the conversation can still happen.
No, he'll just sit down, cross his legs, using his quarterstaff on top of his lap, and he'll explain to EMP. He'll just have the conversation with EMP.
Okay.
About my sites, it's something that we've learned to do. What my clan have learned to do. One of my ancestors was lost in the mountain, cursed by his blindness. While he was walking the path and was misled, he helped a beggar and gave him some of his rations. The rations turned out to be a dragon. And it was from there that the dragon taught my ancestor the blind fighting technique. And it has been passed down from generation to generation to overcome the genetic disease that we have. But we lose the Zaitochi clan has lost their sights by the age of 15. And though we lose our sights, we learn that we can use our other senses and learn to use them and hone them. But yes, that is how I hope that answers any questions you may have about my site.
It does, and it reveals other things as well.
At this time, Dr. Iris will return.
A bit of advice: don't tell the doctor about that.
Don't tell doctor about what?
That I complimented you.
You did? That's so nice of you, Tin Head. I'll polish you again later.
All right. So, Agmar, the ringing has been contiguous throughout this entire time.
About time. Hopefully we can finish and end this infernal ring.
Iris, I guess, will brush the key across the statue.
Okay. You brush the key across the statue. Nothing happens.
Brush it across the staff, Doctor.
Oh, okay.
You brush it
Hold
across.
it up.
You brush it across the staff. Nothing happens. Agmar, roll me a perception check.
Oh!
Natural 20. As she was brushing it across the statue, you notice that the ringing changed pitch.
Something.
Yes, there was something.
Is something the only thing you said, or did your mic cut out there?
I think his mic cut out.
It changed. It looks like it changed something. The pitch became different. The
Yeah,
ringing of the
try and
pit. I'm not. Is it? Did it go like a higher pitch or lower pitch or?
Lower. But it was only when she was
It
brushing
became-
across.
It became lower, but only when you were brushing across the statue.
Oh. Maybe if I brush it in a different direction, will the pitch change again?
Let me see.
You could try it.
Okie dokie. So she tries brushing it in the opposite direction.
Agmar notices that the pitch goes back to a lower register again. Very similar.
Back to the same lower pitch, but it goes back to normal when you take the brush off.
What if someone tries to touch the staff while it's being brushed?
So you want me to touch the staff while I hold the brush?
Now, while you're brushing the staff, you also touch it.
Oh. Okay. So Iris touches the staff while she brings the brush. Careful not to touch it.
I'm sorry, I'm lost. What?
Touch, brush the staff, and at the same time, touch the staff. See if you're still getting cursed.
Yes.
Okay. Charisma saving throw.
Okie dokie.
This is getting annoying! And you rip your hand off again.
Oh. The statue doesn't like this. He says he's annoyed.
It is a male voice that you can tell.
Agmar's gonna put his hand on the statue to see if if you can sense anything on it.
The vibration going through your body is now telling you that the vibration that you're hearing is coming from the statue.
I'll let everyone else know about that.
Agmar, if I tap the statue, would you be able to tell if it was hollow?
I believe so.
I tap the statue.
Agmar feels 3 long, hard vibrations. The inside is hollow.
It is hollow. You're right. You don't suppose to happen to have any spells that could shatter hollow rocks, do you?
Yes, I do. I think we all should get back if you guys want me to do that. I was hoping not to destroy the statue, but
Just gonna stand all the way back here.
I'm gonna get behind cover.
Iris
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna go find
go
cover too.
Okay, Halvis.
Let
You
her
can blow it
rip.
up now.
Oh wait, is Alvis just there without any cover?
Yes.
Okay. So EMP is gonna pull out a shield and squat.
Okay. Gotcha.
Nice.
Living cover.
Let her rip, Halvis.
So right here, okay,
Okay.
so that I hit the statue but not the staff.
Understood.
Shatter.
Okay. As you do so, and you watch as a bunch of the stone. You all see what appears to be a glistening light coming from the back side of the statue, reflecting on the remainder of the wall.
Ah,
I will come up and inspect it.
As you look inside, you see a large hoop that looks to be made of pure diamond. Inside,
ring.
you see a knife.
it's the ruined Nostrum. We found it.
I will pick up the. Oh, do I already have one curse on me. Shall I see if it makes it two? Although this is supposed to remove a curse, correct?
It can absorb curses. That's correct.
Do you consider your arm to be a curse as well?
To me, no. But could it be? Yes.
It is
Perhaps-
quite possible to just repeat what the brush did earlier.
Be careful, but we do need this. We do need it. We'll have to move it anyway.
I will pick up the ruins Nostrum
Okay.
with. I will use my left arm to see what happens.
You grab it with your left arm. As that happens, you watch as all of that black inky darkness travels through your arm, and you actually watch it start to move inside of this ring and spiral through it, as though you can see it currently spinning in a helix.
But the rest of his arm is fine.
doesn't-
The rest of your arm is completely fine.
Wonderful.
You notice that the ring slowly shrinks to fit the size of your hand.
And is the knife still inside the statue as well?
It
Or
is.
was that inside the ring?
It was inside the statue, laying beside the ring as well. You notice that the knife itself looks to be wrapped in some sort of wet leather. It looks red and it looks gooey. You also notice that the guard on it appears to be made of bone. You notice that the long tendril-like blade is waved, and it looks almost like the tentacle of an octopus. You can hear something going through your mind, Elvis, as you're looking at this. I need for you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, dear.
Charisma saving.
You're drawn. You pull yourself closer and closer to it. You reach out over your hands, and you can hear the sounds of thousands of screams and horrid, horrifying terrors going through your mind all at the same time. You have 3 points of exhaustion. And you are captivated. I need for you to roll me another saving throw.
Can I just pick Halvis up and move him away from the thing?
Absolutely. You see this sort of like, "Yeah," and his eyes roll in the back of his head as he's obviously has something happen. You pick him up and just bull rush him. And the moment that happens, he snaps out of it.
All right, Halvis, let's just come over here, away from the creepy magic dagger. Let's get Arazeber to identify this thing. Any objections?
We can use the brush to take the curse off, and we can take it.
Do we have anything to wrap the knife and the staff? Prevent us from touching it directly.
No, I'm saying we can brush the dagger with the. You can brush the dagger to see if it'll take off the curse.
Or even the thing that eats curses.
You want to give it a try, Doctor? You still have the key.
I don't see why not.
Don't look directly at it.
Okay.
So-
Which are you trying? You trying the staff or the knife?
Iris is going to try and, with the key, brush it across the knife.
I need a charisma saving throw as the moment you see it, it starts to affect you. Okay. You feel yourself being drawn to it, and you want to touch it. You start hearing the sounds of thousands of screams and terrifying horrors going through your mind all at once. You pull yourself away and turn away, and it stops.
Yeah, so not a good idea. It's scary.
Okay, maybe we
Or
just
if it's,
leave the knife.
well, if it's about seeing it, then may I try brushing it with the key?
I just thought of something. Agmar, you still are concentrating on detect magic, aren't you?
Yeah. Although, has a minute passed yet?
A minute has passed. Yes. After everything has
Yeah.
been after everything has been done,
10 or 1?
1 minute.
Oh, it's a concentration of 10 minutes. So yeah, I can if it hasn't been 10 minutes, I'll still have it up.
As you pull yourself around to the other side to try to get a better look at what happens, inside your concentrating mind, you see a cacophony of lights and sounds that almost overwhelm your senses. You think that this is also a Leotan treasure.
Oh.
And
I
with
stop
that, we are
concentration.
going to end today's session.
Dun dun dun!
All right.
Kind of
So
different
I'd like to
than-
thank all my players very, very much. This has been a lot of fun. You do have Ruins Nostrum, and you were able to defeat a curse and go around the tower card, which would have killed one of your players instantly. So it was going to be bad. It was going to be a long death, but you all made it work. Thank you all so very much, Black Irish 19, Horus Senio, Mad God Cthulhu, Nighthaze 95, and Lord Geyser 21. I'd also like to make an announcement, too. Next week, Horus Senio is going to be our DM, and he's going to take us on a one-shot that he has made himself that we are going to do. We're going to have his own hand-picked cast going through. I will be a player in that, which is going to be awesome, and he is going to be our DM. So I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to be rating Critical Role. All the best, and take care.
And there goes the raid.
There goes the raid, and I got to pee so bad. I'll be right back. Oh my god!
Go,
I'm gonna
go,
die.
go.
Okay.
Oh
Oh
no!
my gosh. Yes, that is the second time Dimension Door has saved us.
I know.
So, dude, I was about to cry, and I was like, no, not a second PC.
Woo!
I thought about, and this is gonna sound bad, I thought about redeeming several inspiration cards, but I feel like that would have taken away from the moment.
Yeah.
So I kind of refrained. I don't really know what I was thinking when you were falling, because I thought about just flying straight up, but
Oh, at least
science
I
would dictate that you would die on impact if I'm going in opposite directions.
Yeah, that would.
yeah, you'd be more like a torpedo falling for me.
Yeah.
They're a very solid object.
Yeah. I'm glad it wasn't me. But
it almost, and now I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm kind of glad I picked me to have doubled the whatever rather than you.
Yeah, I almost called it. If you had chosen me, you would have killed me.
Yep.
But I didn't.
I don't think I would have been able to catch EMP, so thank God she did not choose you.
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, this is the first time I had Featherfall and I substituted for jump.
Oh,
This is like
I'm glad it wasn't me.
this is like the wildest set of cards I've ever had drawn. Is the Devil, Death, and the Tower. If I would have drawn this in like an, yeah, that's that. All of those things suck.
Like, what's the worst combination you could pick in one session?
That's that. That might be it.
Uh,
but
when I redeemed
Yeah.
mine earlier, I made that joke just because it seems like I'm hunting for the third world.
it's true. Yeah. I'm already shuffling, and I'm putting this one like as far away as possible because I'm starting to feel bad. Anyway, did you guys have fun today? There was no real no
That was
real
fun.
combat, but I know that there was like just enough of wild challenges to keep you guys
a lot
entertained.
of thinking.
Also,
So
just
much
really had a
drama.
fun time with all the RP going on. The
That was
RP
cool.
really was like really well in this session.
I'm glad
It
you
was
liked it.
great. Great time.
But I was definitely ready. If we went into combat, the blue on this, I would have switched it to battle mode.
That's so good.
I
But
Next
this is my brother's. He got it a few days ago because he ordered the the like N7 collection, like from the anniversary thing from Mass Effect. So it came with a little helmet.
I'm excited for your one shot though next week. Whoop
Yeah,
whoop.
it's gonna be a lot of fun,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Can't wait to
Can't wait
see
to
it.
watch it.
I have so much planning to do.
No. Don't do less planning. That's the first thing I can tell you as a DM. Do way less planning.
Well, the first thing is I need to make sure the map is ready because it wasn't until a few days ago that I realized that there are other packs. So now I gotta comb through those and get the right things I need to get the right details for the map
Okay.
to make it look like the way I want.
Mm.
And then there's like the loot stuff that we talked about of like your recommendations regarding that stuff too. So I gotta think about at least to that extent, but not full planning.
You could also
I'm also
just
excited.
make it totally random like I do. I have no problem with it. Just remember, like try not to make too many like game breaking games or game breaking
Right.
items. Like
Yeah.
I'm also super excited to play with Berserkus next week.
That's going to be interesting, especially with your character choice. I'm not entirely sure how to vamp with that one.
Wait, my
So
choice
you-
or?
with Viz's choice.
Oh, okay.
So you already
Um,
got your cast picked out? Who's playing, Biz?
I do. So it would be, and this is just entirely based off of what I've seen throughout the past year with and like the banter. I feel like the banter would be really good.
well, and also too,
Um,
this is your first time DMing, so you want to make it as comfortable
Yeah.
as possible too.
Yeah. And so like I've grown close with a lot of you. It really, to be honest, and I feel bad because I do want everyone to experience like being a player in this case. So it really made it difficult to figure out how to narrow this down.
No, I
Um,
don't ever feel bad about it, dude. We want you to succeed. So
Mhm.
like it doesn't matter if like you weren't picked for that one time. It's like I'm sorry, this is like my security blanket. These are the people I know that are going to be good. Let that be your guide because you choose your party just as much as the DM chooses like the game that they run. It's
Right.
very rare that they don't. So
That's
you,
fair because like I
you're
mean
doing it
with
the right
your
way.
okay.
I'm so excited to see what this story is.
Me
But we,
too.
I will say there is one thing that so when I sent out the invites to these people, which you will find out pretty soon in the Discord who they will be. I reveal the cast. But I sent a message to the Discord to them, and Biz, I believe we talked about this a while ago because I've been thinking about this particular thing for on and off for several months.
Mhm.
And this is going to be canon in the Vereldium streams.
That is correct.
So, in terms of character selection, any character that's been made up to this point is going to be playable.
Yep.
And anything that happens as a result of this one shot will have a minor or maybe even major effect on the overall campaign.
Oh, also too, all of you get 27,000 experience divided by 5. 27,000. Because you have achieved your first confirmed Leotin magic item, which also lets you identify other Leotin magic items so that you know exactly what they are. You all may add Ruin's Nostrum to the inventory, and you may look it up on D&D Beyond.
5,400.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I am now 9,600 experience away from level 12.
Nice.
I am just under 3,000 from 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, let's look up this new magic item.
Oh, Biz, I have a question for you, and I understand if you can't answer it.
Sure. What's up?
I had an epiphany about 2 days ago while rewatching through the Micelle's Dalo episodes.
Okay.
I ticked off her husband, didn't I?
One of them. Her harem is always around her. She has a harem of 45.
Ah.
Oof.
I don't know why it clicked. It was something about that her husband is the one who gave out the good Dalo or the newer Dalo robes.
No, it wasn't. The newer ones are always the best, so the newer versions are always the best versions. Therefore, only her elite guard should ever have them. The older ones are not. So the more defunct ones are those who are, they can either sell them for an incredible profit or they give them as like honorary gifts to heroes. Also too, in Micelle's Dalo, an LL's is a real person. It's a very good friend of mine who's South African. But it's all based off of Kublai Khan.
Cool.
So everything that she's about is Kublai Khan. I just used Anel's name.
Mm.
Because she's very much a conqueror. That sounded so much dirtier than I intended it to. She just,
What did I walk into?
she just feels that way. She just is kind of like behaves that way. Like she's out for the world.
And that whole hide and seek or whatever you want to call it was, I don't know what to call it. That my brain hurts.
Don't worry, man. So, is there anything else that you need assistance with in preparation for your game? You don't have to do any. You don't have to worry about any of the streaming stuff. All it's going to be is I just need to know everybody's names, and then I need to know like what the characters are. I need to activate them, and then I can do that. Also, if there's any starting equipment or anything like that.
Okay. I think I'll have one of them contact you because as far as I know, there's going to be at least one new character.
That's fine.
That will be making their debut.
There'll be two. Mine.
Will be two. Yes. But I assume that you already have your equipment and stuff already set up.
Would you like to just use the caravan inventory to make it contiguous, or do you want to have new inventory?
The same way that any new character gets to use their money to buy personal inventory.
Sure.
Works just as fine. And then even on top of that, anyone can extend it. They can bring anything from the caravan inventory along with them.
Sounds good.
Okay. I don't want to change too much because it is, after all, it's still affecting the caravan, and it is technically we are sending a Vanguard. It's like a spin-off Vanguard type thing.
No problem.
And in terms of like where this is in the timeline, I would just think of it as if you've seen Cowboy Bebop. It's just a random adventure that happened at some point.
Yeah, no problem at all with that.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you send out what level everybody should be at, and this is to balance you for your comfort level and any of the monsters that you want to send. The experience calculator and the encounter builder is a good starting point, but always remember they are going to just wreck shop, even if it says deadly. It happens every time.
Oh, okay. And here I thought I was being too harsh.
No,
no. Do it
Think-
up.
Yeah, given how like you told me what type of creature they're able to just take down. Now
the
it's like,
creatures
all right, I
that
guess I really
deal
got to input
high
that.
amounts of damage are the most dangerous. The creatures with high resistances or magic resistance, they are not that dangerous. I don't know how it is every fucking time that I work with or that I do something that people just mow down the ones that have magic resistance or a bunch of resistance or legendary resistances or whatever. But they always do it.
Oh, so Biz, fun fact, how you said earlier you were like, oh, I need to come up with like, what is it, a psychologist in for physicers? I've actually been working on the other class that you solidified,
Kinesiologist?
the kinesiologist. So I'm fine-tuning the pathologist. I'm currently working on the kinesiology. If you want, I can kind of start putting together what is it? Psychology.
Psychologist?
You guys
Yeah.
have already done so much already. Just do the kind of things that give you like a fun thing to do, or how
To me,
how
that
do
is
you wanna
fun.
put
It's
it?
like story writing,
Yeah.
essentially.
Sure.
If you make a
Hard thing.
psychologist, I would make a psychologist character. That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
It sounds like a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, I haven't
And then you can make
shared.
like a Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I haven't shared the official like subclass yet on D&D Beyond because I'm still fine tuning. I think levels 19 and 20.
Okay.
But yeah, when I finish it, and I will start working on a psychologist,
That sounds awesome.
and I think that, yeah.
So I just realized the possible duo we have here. She likes making medical subclasses, and I like making characters.
Yep.
It's true. Okay, guys.
Yes.
I need to head to bed. I will talk to you all again real soon. Or Senio, you can always message, and I'll try my best to answer back. I'm getting a little bit more time at work, so hopefully I'll be able to do something. Just today, I was literally inside a stock room, just opening boxes the entire freaking day, and I was by myself. So it's the one day that I couldn't have done stuff. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid very well to do it, so I'm okay with it.
I was a little worried because you did look a little uncomfortable in the beginning.
I was frustrated.
Yeah.
And it's just many other things. It's not just work, but everything is good. Everything's fine. I have no problems. They're all good problems to have. They're just annoying.
Get some